Hello! Welcome back,
Wow.
everybody.
Wow.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. How is the stream? It's currently looking like it's dropping for me.
Is
But
it
no.
dropping for you?
Bitrate on
No, that's
on Twitch
fine
is
on
fine.
my end. I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
It's fine.
the one on YouTube is fine as well. I don't know, it's just being weird. It's fine, whatever. I'm recording this as well,
Oh.
so the high quality recording of this nightmare is gonna be up there at some point.
I don't know why. Yeah, I have the same problem. It's like the bitrate Twitch tells you it's bad, but then you look at it, it looks fine.
Or, so like, my OBS is telling me a bad bitrate, and I'm looking at Twitch and it's fine. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway, who cares? Technical difficulties. But I'm also recording this so that in the background, I can always re-upload this on YouTube. So if the quality is struggling really badly right now, wait, I don't know, 4 days, however long I remember to do it when, that's when it's gonna happen. But we are back. We are Esthara Chronicles. This is a 42nd episode, y'all. We've been playing this campaign since 2024.
Oh my god, it's been a year.
Yes. 2024,
And now
bro.
look at us.
No, 2023. It's been 2. It's been 2 years.
It's been 2?
Yeah, because it's the same day as my affiliate anniversary, and I've had 2 years. So it's been 2.5 years for this campaign.
We thought it was gonna go by so much quicker.
I think it's because we thought we were gonna have regular streams. Little did we know. Little did we know. Hello, Black Fang. But yeah, we were sorely mistaken in that fact. However, I have a feeling that with the irregular scheduling, we will finish it at some point. One day.
I mean, my schedule is a lot more regular now than what it used to be.
Mine isn't. So that's just how it is.
Yeah, we traded.
We traded. But yes, let's do some introductions. I'm the Diggity Dungeon Mommy. Every introduction I do is completely different. So, I'm the Chicken Nugget Girl Dinner Dungeon Master, Sylfania.
Girl dinner.
Girl Dinner.
That works.
Every time's gonna be different, man. We've got Bax Obsidian, our warlock, Dragonborn, played by Mads.
That is me.
We got Sildana Markuth, our half-elven ranger rogue, played by everyone's favorite Zomdanny. And we've got Ferverand Dickens. Bless you. Bless you. Played by, he's an undead monk of the shadow, played by Gabe, who is in the skull.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw, indeed.
Sorry, Gabe, I interrupted your burps with my sneezes.
Indeed. You burped out of turn, Gabe, but it's fine. You always burp after my introduction. It's fine.
Well, I mean, usually I front load with like an entire half-liter of beer. But
Oh, yes.
it's not very healthy to do that all the fucking time.
Yeah, boy, don't worry about it. So, little explanation as to what happened before. The group has, there's 41 episodes of this campaign. I'm not gonna recap all of them. Just gonna recap the most recent, sort of, what's going on. The group made it back to the city and realized, they know that the evildoers who are here, they're planning some sort of big jailbreak break into a vault that is located underneath the city. They found our group found the architect that actually maintains and has the plans for this vault, which these baddies were looking for. They managed to obtain the tools that the architect uses to, seal the locks, and also the tools that can be used to kind of open them, probably, their maintenance tools, from his ex-girlfriend's house, and she is apparently a were-serpent. Then you guys spent the entire episode looting a vault of one of their friends who's a noble, who was just like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I'm like 700 something years old. I have so much shit. I don't even know how much shit I have. So they were just in there.
That's us running into the fucking loot room, baby.
I don't know if that sound actually transfers. Is that on Discord?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
well,
they would have
I
heard it on stream.
I don't know if that would have transferred. Hold on. Check to see if OBS picks this up real quick.
Yes.
It did. Okay, cool.
So, oh no, Gabriel. You have too much power now.
Gabriel.
You have too much power now.
Gabriel.
Fucking threw in the Gabriel.
Oh boy. Okay, well, anyway, they looted a bunch of cool shit, which all needs attunement, so the gang is upset that they can't use it just willy-nilly, but hey, that's how I roll.
I'll stop now.
Yes, it has been a minute since last time, Tara. How you doing? Sorry, I just need a... Buy a chicken nugget. We're professional here.
Chicken nuggets!
Chicken nuggets!
Oh my god, you got chicken nuggets!
So, yeah, the gang basically decided to have a plan. They know that the headmaster of the academy, Magic Academy, is evil. And he's hiding something in his house. Not house, but like his office. And so the gang were like, right, we need to break in and figure it out. Destroy it or, you know, move it. They're building some sort of a machine to break through the seals.
The plan was Mads and his BFF for life make a distraction as students, essentially. You know, I whatever it was. I think it was hold a protest or something.
No,
or
they're having a frat
ignite
party.
a lab, or that. Yeah,
It's gonna
and
summon my shadow creature, and then it could be like, oh my god!
and Danny was on backup in case the distraction isn't good enough.
They just don't want me there.
Yeah, he like sets fire to a tree or something. And then once the headmaster is out and about, I go into his office, I steal his documents, and I fuck shit up just to piss him off some more.
Perfect. So the details of how they were going to distract is Belor volunteered to sponsor a free alcohol frat party in the middle of the quad, right in front of the transmutation like classrooms, where Thomas does his transmutation lessons. So yeah, basically,
You take these nuts, baby.
yeah, there's you guys are starting a frat party, and you also have like, I guess it's not frag grenades. It's some sort of a grenade that activates upon, like, you prime it and you throw it and then just explodes like a chemical grenade or something. But yeah.
Grenade.
Gabe, you have the specifics, and if you want to use it, I have them brought up here. So you guys then decided to go to bed, and you guys leveled up to level 7. And it is now day 38 of your adventure. The 9th of Serpent. Gabe, when you wake up this morning, you sit up.
I wake up.
And you look to your shadow, where your shadow buddy usually is.
Mm-hmm.
It starts moving on its own again. That is a usual notice that you see. And then, if you remember, I think, your shadow buddy had... Did he have both eyes at this point? Or just the one?
I believe he had the one eye, but he finally got a mouth, but
No,
he can't
yeah,
talk.
no, he had 2 eyes and a mouth. And, but he still couldn't speak. And so you guys learned through hand gestures and, through, reading lips to understand what he's saying. This morning when you wake up, this buddy kind of jumps up and then looks at you and stretches just as you stretch. Well, because you don't sleep. You're just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of stretches and says, "Oh man, this not sleeping is really weird, huh?" And you can hear him. He looks at you, confused. And his voice is identical to yours. You kind of... His personality isn't...
Get used to it.
His personality isn't, but his voice is. The tone of the voiceover, as well, like the way he's speaking isn't like you.
Oh, is he more nasally?
Oh man, I really can't use to not sleeping
No,
like
no.
that.
But it's more of a... You recognize your own voice, but you also recognize... It's as if a different person uses your voice. It's bizarre. It's a bit uncanny valley there. But he is super happy. He starts, like, doing a little dance and saying, "Finally! You have no idea how hard it was not being able to talk. Ugh. That really sucked."
Right.
So, what's up? Today's plan.
Just
That's gonna be fun.
blank stare.
Just
Today's
end
plan.
of
That's gonna be fun.
conversation.
It's gonna be fun, eh? Frat party? Frat party.
I mean, we're not going. We've got other stuff to do.
I mean, we have to be in the vicinity to then sneak
Are
in,
you
right?
going to steal a bottle of liquor? Is that what you're going to do?
I'm not making any promises to the contrary or to what I'm planning to do, but I'm there to help you, bro. You can trust me,
I didn't
bro.
know your shadow was this eccentric.
The shadow
you
turns
have-
towards the peanut gallery that is not there and kind of goes, "Really, bro? I was like this all the time."
Who are you talking? What is this fourth wall doing here? I exclusively ordered a room with only 3 walls.
I can't believe Gabe has now Deadpool powers.
I'm gonna fucking fourth wall everything. Ooh womp! I should have rolled on that 20. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Well, anyway,
Annoying as
the
I
rest
don't
of
know
you,
what the shadow can do.
yeah, Ferverand doesn't sleep, but the rest of you wake up refreshed in the morning with all of your loot ready to go. Belloir is ordering his
Max wakes up in a cold sweat, not realizing what's about to happen, but still somehow feeling it.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
What is about to happen?
As they show up for breakfast and I sit there, I go, "Gang, I've learned ventriloquism," and I gesture to the shadow, and I point to my mouth completely closed, and I let him talk. In
What's
my
up,
voice.
guys? I mean, at this point, y'all have seen me.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna do a insight.
Inside, if he's lying to you, okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Give me an inside roll.
Is he
I'll
bullshitting
fucking
me?
Roll
Go ahead.
deception against you, baby.
I rolled pretty low.
16 versus.
Aw,
16 on the die.
Nah.
Damn.
I mean, the shadow is creepy. Like, you've seen it before. But his ventriloquism is really good. Like, man has skills.
Oh my god. Damn, bro. Wow. Wow, you really did learn it. When did you have the time to learn this?
I didn't.
It's all natural, baby. It's all
No, no, no,
natural.
no, 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 no.
Oh, natural.
I totally
It's
did.
all natural.
Don't forget, I don't sleep. So,
No.
I get 8 hours a day where I can just learn a language. Learn how to be a ventriloquist.
I
Read the
speak
Swole
gnome
Bible.
now.
Read the Swole Bible, you know.
I hope you pay him. you made my guys rise up. My shadow fellas. I hope you're paying this dude.
No, bro,
I
listen,
pay them
listen,
in
listen.
shadow coins.
Those dudes, not part of you. Me and him are tight. I do this for free. I do this out of the goodness of my freaking heart, okay?
Tight.
How tight?
Tight.
Yeah, we fucked.
Not
I
that
bet
tight.
you would have.
Not that type, bro. Listen. I like you, but
Listen,
you're not
you
my
would have
type.
Considered?
Oh, so you made him your Kermit last night. That's what I was hearing. All right, I didn't realize.
Yeah, you think I'm jumping on the bed?
I mean, that
I'm
one
sorry,
time when we were
Leo.
fighting those shades, I did go inside you, and we were like one for a minute. But that's like totally not no homo, bro.
The
You
socks
didn't
were
say
on,
it at the
least.
time. I know you rebuked, but you didn't say it at the time.
Technically, our balls did touch, and we didn't say no homo. So I guess
Yeah.
we're married now.
Oh,
Yeah.
shucks. You're just
You
stuck
might have
with me
been mute,
now.
but it's too late. It's too late.
Yes, you're just stuck with me now, aren't you? Anyway, can't wait till I'm a little bit more corporeal so I can actually eat something. Whoop! He says as he passes his hand through the breakfast table like, damn it.
I'll flick him like a popcorn.
He tries to catch it and it goes like through him. He's like, damn, fuck.
Shame.
That's okay, I just have to wait a few more days.
So why did you try to stop me from killing the assassin?
Bro, listen, she had a lot of cool information. As I said, she's useful alive. What was the point of killing her?
Right. And you know that how?
I just know things, man.
There's never lived a more suspicious statement.
You,
But yeah, he's not even attempting. Now that he can talk, he's like, yeah, bro, listen.
you do know how you created this rift between our trust, and now you've just expanded it?
I mean, you can believe whatever you want to believe. I know that you're a pretty stubborn dude. So, unless you're given some hardcore arguments, you're not gonna believe me. And what can I say? I just had a hunch she knew more than she was saying, and if you murdered her, you wouldn't get the information. But no, you guys flipped her. That was the best case scenario. You guys did great. And again,
Right.
I didn't stop you from knocking her out. I just stopped you from outright, like, KOing the bitch.
I'm mostly sitting here wondering why this is the first time you're mentioning it. It was a gut instinct, and not preluding again to you simply knowing and not telling.
Well, by gut instinct, I mean I simply know. And I can't... How do I... It's like... trying to explain the metaphysics of the universe to a chicken. I can't. Sometimes I know things. Sometimes it's a gut feeling. Sometimes it's a combination of both. Sometimes it's a little... I believe in some places they call it prescience. There are a lot of like molecular and magical combinations going on to my my form and what I am. You know, that allow me to do this, but I cannot explain this in this language to you at this point in time.
What language can you explain it in?
I mean, I'm right here, Bo. Use me.
I guess maybe primordial? I don't know. Any of you speak primordial?
Hold up.
No, we could probably learn together.
Yeah, sure. If we learn primordial, in a few years you'll be able to comprehend how I do this. So, as I said, it's easier for me in the heat of the moment to tell you I just know, or
I know
It's a hunch.
primordial.
oh great, fantastic.
I know primordial. Bring it, bastard.
He sits down and starts like talking to you in primordial. So you're used to,
I know draconic, primordial, and Sylvan.
so you're mostly the primordial you're used to, and I'm gonna veto this as the DM, is the fire elemental primordial. Because they're the most common ones. You're also the like, I'd say primordial. It is a language, but it has accents, I'd say. Because I assume the sound that rocks make and the sound that fire makes are fundamentally
I
the
took
same.
all the majors. Bring it at me.
Okay. So he starts to...
He speaks to you in water elemental, and all you hear is...
So,
Good.
as he sits
Oh,
down,
the grapefruit technique. I too speak this.
he starts
Ancient celestial technique.
he starts talking to you, and you understand what he's saying. He's mentioning the fact that because he is technically incorporeal, and also his existence is like a Schrodinger's paradox in a way. So he is and he isn't. Sometimes he's there, but not physically there. Like, that's when you can see the shadow and things can go through him. Sometimes he's a little physical, which is where he can, like, jump into Ferverand and punch, or he can, like, lift a key. And that is the composition of the molecules of his existence is in a constant flux. Before he has, like, he could not control it completely, and that's why he was fully incorporeal. But the more time he spends in Esthara and in this, like, material world rather than, I don't know, the ethereal plane or some other fucking, like, the thousands of different realms of existence that exist, he's becoming a little bit better at controlling the molecules that, like, sort of constitute his body, right? But because but, like, he's giving you a lecture on this, so you actually need to give me an intelligence check to, like, follow the primordial explanation of how this works. He's drawing, like, weird equations on the table with, like, he's dipping his finger in like, water and drawing weird equations.
Matt, you better use your inspiration, because your character is pretty fucking retarded.
13. I mean, what I'm saying is you're kind of following it, and he's also saying, like...
Did you have to do an intelligence, Matt?
A what?
Did
I
he have to
pressed
do it
intelligence.
Oh no, that was Constitution.
You get
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, you did
I mean,
Constitution roll.
it's 14 then, because
Okay.
I got one.
Yeah,
so
14. So you're kind of following it, sort of. It tracks with like how the more time has passed and he's been spending with Ferverand and you guys, the more corporeal and the more things he could do, and the more he manifested himself rather than before. Like you're like, okay, yeah, that tracks. I don't understand the whole molecular physics he's talking about, but cool. And then he starts saying, okay, so that is who, like, technically what I am. Now, the way I know things, and this immediately just goes like white noise. You're just sitting there, and he is chattering out like weird, like like weird, you know those weird equations you see in like any physics movie, and you're like, I know some physics, but these are made up. Like half of these are for sure made up. Nobody writes this shit like this. So as he's talking, it is like your brain is just seeing equations, and you're like, I don't understand. This is scary.
Yo, buddy, slow down.
I'm being threatened by
I'm gonna get
math.
my notepad up.
I'm being threatened by math. And then at some point, the 2D equations that his talking creates in your mind turn into 3D, and then you start to drool a little, and he's like, I'm gonna stop there.
You know that scene in Hangover where the guy has like a bunch of math flying around his face as he's counting cards?
Yeah.
That's just words flying into you, man.
Yeah, basically. It's and like you realize that primordial in its essence is physics. But like
Oh no,
highly
I gotta learn the elements table, don't I?
highly complex physics. So
You know, the good thing about this is I heard the entire thing. I might not have been remembering it all, I might not have understood it all, but I have thought code I can revisit.
he nods and says,
and try to look
sure,
at it again.
yeah. No, I mean, that's fine. As I said, I want to be perfectly honest. It's just... And he points at you, like, wiping the drool off your face. You see? And he looks back at you. It's just easier to say, I just know.
No. It's great.
But you see, I am willing to tell you what I am and how I do it. It's just isn't an easy way to explain it.
So essentially, he's gay.
Yes. We can go with that.
Figured it out.
You figured it out. Gold star.
Then just promise me this. You won't betray me again.
You know what?
I reach out my hand. As for like a hand.
Kind of looks you in the eyes, assessing. You feel like this whatever he is not you, but he's... You don't know if he's masquerading as you, or if he is you, but a part you don't recognize of yourself, you know? So this kind of weird assessment is just unnerving. You're not sure what he's thinking. Then he nods, claps your hand, and says, okay, from now on, whatever you want to do, I'll follow your lead.
Wear it on the primordial plane. In primordial.
Okay?
I don't know what?
He opens his
Don't
mouth.
worry about it.
He opens his mouth, and this high-pitched noise comes out. That like you feel the vibrations in the air. The glasses start shaking. As he's moving his mouth, and there's like frequencies change. Turns to you and said, "I just repeated that in high primordial."
Yeah. I read a book. I don't know how valid it is, but it said if they said it in their tongue, it means more for them. It might have been a fake book, but you know, better safe than sorry.
I mean, means more to them is not like a legally binding contract in a way. It doesn't actually force anything. It just means their feelings might be more hurt. That's about it. Which is irrelevant to, I'm assuming both of us as a gesture to me in the shadow.
Yeah, I kind
No,
of.
he seems emotional.
I mean, no, I feel things. You feel things, but as I said, I'm also an existential paradox of a being. So, like, as I mentioned before, I existed. I don't exist. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it just is. I'm also an individual, but I'm a part of, and it points at you, Ferverand. So, We're the same, but we're different, but we are the same. Physics. And you're like, what is physics? You're like, high primordial, or, you know, it's complicated. That's all I can say. It's complicated. So I guess the way I feel feelings is like, I feel them, but they don't register as hard as they are for people who have a solid existence and consequences, I guess?
Well, I can't exactly imagine a I swear not to be bad in a different language doesn't change
Nah,
much
it
of the
doesn't really
meaning.
change much. It just makes a cool effect. And he kind of points at some of the glasses that are still shaking. He's like, it's a cool vibrational effect. But one thing I
Curiously,
could...
can you say something in primordial that will actually blow up this glass of wine over there?
He sits there for a second, and then opens his mouth and says a single note, and the glass goes... He goes... It takes a minute.
Oh, that's a cool trick.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, oh.
Max turns into a bird.
Oh.
He kind of looks at you and goes, good job! If you transcend the sound barrier, you might get it. He kind of looks at you, looks at you for a
With the
breath.
voice of dragon fear. No, I'm kidding.
No, but he kind of looks back at you for a rant and says, for what it's worth, my existence, or non-existence, is unequivocally tied to yours, Ferverand. And he smirks as he says, Ferverand. He says, you and me are bound, whether either of us likes it or not. I love it. You may not like it, but your well-being is my well-being. I will never do anything that will put you in direct harm, simply because of, I guess, self-preservation. So you can believe in that, if you cannot believe my word.
I asked you once if you would do that again, and you said no, and I'm taking your word for it.
Right.
So you have my trust, and I am hoping you do not break it again. But
I
do
hope
keep
no-
in mind, if you do break it again, it will be the last time you break it.
Oh, I understand. I understand. You're a man of your word. Always were. Awesome. So, frat party? Frat party. And on that word, you see Belloir come in with, like, servants, and he is dressed to the nines. He is dressed in this, like, he's wearing, like, a loose robe, which is highly embroidered, made of, like, the finest silk, and underneath it is, like a loose... He's just wearing, like, tons of jewelry, loose shirt. Like, man looks like he's going to an orgy. Or like, a party orgy. And he's
He's
wearing shorts and slippers. And he's like...
Oh my.
And glasses, like sunglasses. And he's like...
Okay.
I'm going to subtly ask the Shadow Buddy if he can pull a note that'll, like, cause his hair to poof all over the place.
He kind of sits there and says,
You know,
hair?
how, like, your hair gets when you have, like, static everywhere?
Yeah, it's like, hair are a bit different. Like, the glass, like, I know what it's made of, so I can resonate with the frequency of what it's made of. The hair depends on what products he's using. Let me think. And let me cook. And he, like, goes back into your shadow as Belloir is just hanging around. He's, like, trying to figure out how to make hair fizzy without blowing up the hair.
This is going to be really funny at some point.
Yeah, it's more... the way you understand it is, like, to blow up something, all you need to know is what it's made of, and then he can kind of resonate with it. And if he does a sharp enough resonation, it will shatter it, especially if it's, like, glass or stone or something. If it's a living thing with multiple complexities, and you don't want to shatter it, you want to, like, do something to it, that's more complicated. He basically has to do an equation to do it.
What do you mean?
It's funny that he can be, like, trying to raise up some girl or dude or whatever, and then his hair poofs up like a fucking peacock.
Man,
Well,
he just has to go behind him near the neck and do some Mongolian throat singing. And really just vibrate it.
You're ready for some Mongolian techno?
but yeah, Trarrell comes over. He is dressed in his university robes, and he has, like, a bunch of handwritten, like, flyers in a way with invitations to, like, I'm thinking I'll go to school ahead of time and just spread these out in all of the halls and lunch halls, so a lot more people come to the and know about this. And he like
Grab.
moves his finger around his nose, and there's like a little ink stain. It's like, I've been kind of doing these most of the night. So yeah, cool. He pulls these up, looks at his dad, gives him a thumbs up, and says, "I'll meet you at the transmutation classroom then. Do we have a time we'll be starting this?"
Belloir, how long does it take for you to get up and running? And also, for the love of God, please change clothes just a little more dignified.
What are you talking
Just a little
about?
bit.
This is the frat party attire
No.
that I'm used to.
Right. We need to gather attention. The more ridiculous he looks, the better.
Exactly! I'm supposed to look fabulous and ridiculous at the same time. And this look is it. I have tried it on many a frat party, and it always sells when people are really drunk. So, yeah, and then he's like, well, you know, I can be set up in like 2 hours. It's more depending on when the people show up. So we don't want to start the party where there's like 5 dudes out there. We want to start the party where there's at least 100 or 500 people. Or more.
How long do you think it'll take to gather all that?
Trial kind of says, well, if I go now, and then, you know, you guys are getting ready, so I guess 3 hours, and then we should be good to go. So around 1 p.m. would be a good idea.
Alright, when we head out at that time, and yeah,
Great.
I'll make some chaos.
So the party is set in motion. Trarrell leaves ahead of time to spread the flyers to notify the student body that there is a piss up going on in the middle of the quad. Belloir gets all of his staff to like organize the booze and everything. Because the quads are like public space, no, you don't need a permit to like put up a stage or something, or, you know, if you're selling goods, then yeah, that's an issue, but if you're just like performing, nobody cares. So they get strange looks, and if you go with Belloir, you do get like people looking like, oh, what's happening? Is there a performance or something? And he like went all out. He put up a full stage. There's like not a DJ, but there's like a invited music players in the back. They've got like barrels upon barrels of wine and mead and beer. They have like glasses, like it's like tables, tablecloths. They've got like cushions for people to sit. It's like a indoors party. They're set up pretty quickly, and you notice that the staff is used to setting up an outdoor impromptu drinking area for more than a few hundred people. By the time they're done, a trial comes back to you and says, right, I've distributed all the flyers. Everybody's here. As many people as they can come. You know, they're not going to miss their lectures for this, but some might. And you do start looking around. The crowd is getting a lot busier, especially now that the band is starting to play. So yeah, it's picking up. It's not in like full party mode just yet. It's like a lot of people did show up, so you know, you might want to get in position, get your last preparations ready, and then do what you plan to do. I guess, I don't know. You tell me what your plan is.
Well,
But-
I win.
No, but like, at what point in time do you go into the rooms, do you guys set off bombs in the middle of the party, or do you just let the party happen? Like, you have to talk me through this. The party is currently starting to like pick up pace. People are starting to get drinks. The music is going. You know, some people are just meeting their friends. You know, it's cooking.
So I'm just outside for backup right now.
Where outside? Where exactly are you standing?
I'm gonna be just like in like a tree or something, kind of like just looking from.
So you climbed into a tree canopy.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Well, I'm still pretty good.
Because there's like 5 trees in this quad, and to climb into it is pretty obvious.
17.
17. You know what? That's higher than an average student who's not a ranger. You like were loitering around for a minute before all of this kicked off, and then when nobody was looking, you just went just jumped into a tree.
Are you wearing the maid outfit set?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
you did get weird looks. You did get weird looks when you were walking into the quad. People were just like,
Yeah, then you should just have a normal roll.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Then what would have been the other roll I had?
Well, I mean,
Look it
the
up.
other one was 13, but
The other one was
uh,
13.
hard to know which is first.
I'm just gonna stick with the 17.
You know what?
That's fine.
You know what? That's fine. You managed to get into a tree. You do get weird looks getting there. It's not that weird to see somebody dressed as a maid. It's just your outfit has like parts of armor on it, and also a cat tail and cat ears and cat paws. That is the weird part. And also not even that. Like if you see a child dressed in this, you're like, oh, they're cute. If you see a middle-aged woman, it's like,
I would be thoroughly concerned if I saw a child wear a cattail butt plug.
well, they don't know it's a butt
like,
plug. They just see a cat tail. They're like, oh, maybe it's just clipped. Who knows? Dude, you don't run around advertising it's a butt plug.
Well, considering who we're rolling with right now, I feel like it kind of makes sense with like him or something.
Oh, yeah. So, his staff are, though, immaculately dressed. He's the one that's eccentric. But no, you managed to, with your skills, you managed to clamber up a tree, and you're hidden in there for all intents and purposes. You have a very good overview of, like, the quad itself, and now that there's a lot more people, you can't hear anything. It's very noisy now, especially because the sound ricochets off the walls. But you can definitely see Belloar, you can see Trowel, you can see Bax helping Belloar set up. Ferverand, where are you at?
So, as he's setting up, I've disguised myself as a little schoolboy, though still maintaining my full adult stature.
What, are you using disguise self, or like, what are you using for this?
Oh, really, weird, cuz can't believe this happened to me.
What are you
I'm
using?
essentially like a 50-year-old man wearing like a fucking 8-year-old's outfit with like a fucking twirly hat holding a gigantic lollipop.
So wait,
Like
you're not using any kind of magic to do it. You're just...
No, I am using magic to disguise self as a student, though it only changes my outfit and not my physical body.
Okay.
And then I'm essentially going to linger in the shadows, using my essentially skulker feat to remain. Well, I mean, I can remain more or less undetected in shadow. It is just that if I attack, I'm hard to detect, and then I'm just gonna be leaping from shadow to shadow until I get to the closest room where the headmaster is, and I'm just gonna stay out of the way. Like, I'm not in the hall directly across from his door. I'm more so near a classroom that's by an entry point he would walk by if he were to check up the festivities, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I can clock him leaving and then go in.
Yeah, sorry, I was just checking on the dog. For all intents and purposes, you know that there is one entrance and one exit to this tower. Most of the like magic academies here, each classroom has like it is a tower that's built up. So it's a narrow building with multiple floors, usually with spiral staircases going through them, and they're usually packed through like right next to each other. There isn't really like a shared hall from which everybody splits into different classrooms, because again, the towers are built by necessity. Like if a new school of magic pops up, or like new professor shows up and says, I want my own office, they're like, all right, here you go, here's a 20 square meters build up. We're not gonna put you in a room that already exists, because you know, it's a bizarre architecture. But you're aware that the transportation classroom also doubles as the headmaster's office, so it, like, for safety reasons, there's only one entrance. And you don't know what's inside, you've never been, but you've clocked it, and let's say you're hiding in the shadows, waiting for your moment to pounce through. Are you waiting? So are you waiting for Thomas Darkdraft to leave his office so you can go in, or is that your plan? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretending to be one of the students essentially, while waiting for him to leave.
Gotcha. Okay. So the party starts going full swing. There's a dancing. There's some people already throwing up. Lightweights. Beer's flowing, drinks are going. Everybody is partying. You, Bax, and Trial are staying back and helping pour drinks to everybody.
No, I was gonna make another diversion inside of the house itself, the college itself.
Okay.
My idea was that I was going to sneakily cast Summon Shadow Spawn while I was, let's say I was down here in the courtyard, right? And up here there's a window. I would essentially try to cast it in there, and then I would let it wreak havoc, like smash some windows and stuff.
In which? In the transmutation classroom?
Anywhere it really could.
You would
Where
know
he'd have to run
that
far.
majority of these walls of the Magic Academy, as a student, you would know this, prevent any kind of spells from being cast from outside in and from inside out for safety reasons. Because if a student is practicing, I don't know, fireball, they don't want the fireball to break the brick and then destroy more of the school. So they have spelled the actual stones when they were building each tower to protect against the particular magic that is practiced in that tower. And vice versa, they also didn't want students to interrupt somebody else's class by, say, like what you just said, summoning a shadow spawn or some sort of a creature, or spawning an elemental in the middle,
Demonology.
or like summoning an elemental in the middle of a class. So there is a high level barrier preventing you from casting spells from outside. You would know this. You wouldn't waste a spell slot. But you know that you have to get in. Like once you're within the confines of the tower, you can cast spells, and they will affect the inside, but they won't affect the outside.
Is there any effects in the library that stops any sort of fire going on?
Yes, of course. That is the first thing they spell down. As magically, this place is pretty safe. That's one thing you would know this, which is why you asked Belloar for non-magic ways of creating havoc.
Oh yeah, right. Wasn't that what I had the bombs for?
Yes,
Then we got
that
a
is
bunch of
exactly what
dynamites.
for.
All right. Well,
So you
yeah,
can't
I
summon a
guess
shadow
I'll
spawn there.
sneak inside of
But
a transmutation room or some room that is completely isolated and go bomba.
Okay, so you need to tell me whether your character would have had any transmutation classes. Do you reckon? Because what sort of spells were you pretending to know?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a transmutation class, but let's see. Fucking enchantment, evocation, prestidigitation. I do have, so I do have a transmutation.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty basic one, but sure. So you have been to the
Learning how to
transmutation
polish.
classroom before. What you need to know about it is the fact that I need a second. Just to see.
Yeah, so Stacy, I think I'm flunking transmutation class. Like, the instructor, he told me, like, to cast Revivify on his sphincter, and I'm like, I don't know, man, it looks pretty protrude. And I'm like, I don't want to be a medicine mage. I just want to conjure fucking puppies and shit, man.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
Was that enough time for you?
No, yeah, kind of, but also that distracted me significantly.
You're welcome.
My God. Oh God. Okay. There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
can't be
As
pressing the button.
you guys, what you would know about the transmutation classroom is that when you get into it, the transmutation classroom is right below the the headmaster's secretary's office, which is right below the headmaster's office, and there above his office, there's usually the teleportation circle that he uses to exclusively only when he uses it to send people across to the other magic academies in Esthara in Ravinia, which are quite rare. Like, this is an honor. This is like if the lady herself wanted to do this, she would need to notify Thomas Darkdraft so he can activate these portals so she can come over. Like, it's very, very hush hush. He keeps it very private. So they're all stacked on top of each other. At least that's the transmutation classroom. So if you start a mess there, it is right below Thomas. Like, he will know that you started a mess there, and he will probably come down to check, but he wouldn't need to leave the building to do so.
I mean, I'd probably try to go further than that so he walks across. Like, I'm pretty sure no matter where, if there's a giant explosion, he'll probably check it out, right?
Okay, so you're going to like a different building.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason for it to be right underneath him because he's just gonna go down, check. Okay, there's nothing, go up, which will leave Gabe with essentially no time. So,
Cool. Yeah, no problem. So you
I don't
find
know,
it.
is
You
there
find
an
it.
illusion
Yeah,
place?
yeah.
or
There's
shaman
an illusion.
education?
There's an illusion school nearby. You've been here a few times, and it's because the headmaster's office isn't here. It's like smaller and less grand. But it's fine. There's a classroom. There's a bunch of desks. There's nobody here. There's like one student napping. And then the rest of the people, you notice, you can see from the windows, the sound is a little bit muffled, but you can see from the windows, like, there's Bellower turned on some sort of magical lights that are moving like this. And then there's some students that are shaking glow sticks.
I
He's
look
got,
at the
like, confetti
student.
cannons.
I look at the student and necessary sacrifice as I place C4 underneath him. No,
What the fuck?
But didn't we give Bellower some fucking dynamite to like cause havoc
Nope.
outside?
no,
took it all.
That was us doing the dynamite part, which I'm doing now. Well, I'll find one that is empty, and then I will set the timer, and I'll.
So there's no really timer. These are more like, I've explained how they work, okay? This is the second time I'm doing it. It is a metal contraption of like thin metal wires. They look like wires, but they're hard to bend. And on the inside is like an orb that is suspended in like a metal mesh. So the way to activate it, Bellower showed you, you need to pull one of the outer wires and like pinch it on the other one. And then when you throw it, and upon hitting the ground, the stuff inside the thing like touches the metal and activates, and then it explodes. So that's how it works. So you can't just leave
it's a
it
grenade.
and go. It's a grenade. You have a grenade.
So it's not dynamite.
Is it
I
the
told you
item
this before.
grenade?
It's not dynamite. It's a grenade.
I heard dynamite. All right. Well,
Okay. So you take one. You throw it about 20 feet because that's as far as you can throw it, unless you want to be further away, and then you'll need to do me an athletics check. You throw it into the room. You hear it hit, and then there's a weird like hissing, and then like there's an explosion that like the air like hits you a little bit. It doesn't like throw you. The explosion is quite small. It's a 10-foot by like 10-foot radius. But as you look in, you see like papers from books just in like mid suspension. You see like shrapnel. You see chairs completely obliterated. And then it's noisy when you're in here. Your ears are ringing a little bit because like of all the buildings are made of stone. And then you look outside and you realize it's very noisy outside. So you don't know how well it worked. The room is
Did the
messy.
tower shake at all?
For you from the outside when you're looking, no.
I'm inside, right?
No, you said you were outside. By the door. So you were
Out the door to his office.
Yeah. You need to go through the classroom and through the reception. You won't be able to get into his office.
Oh, so there's a reception that I need to get past to get to his office.
Yes. As I said before, transportation classroom, ground floor. Reception, second floor. His office, third floor, right above. There's only one stairway going each way. And then the teleportation room. Above that.
Okay.
Up. Bax is currently in this building, exploding a room. But as I mentioned before, all of these buildings have been spelled to prevent, damage, I guess,
Fuck it.
and noise.
I toss a grenade into the air.
Okay, you prime one, you toss it. There isn't really a second. You toss it into the air, it flies a little bit, and then it drops.
No, like I toss it so it explodes in the air. I'm not gonna like fucking make it drop on a student.
That is not how it works. It works through
no, you
impact.
said he could. You technically said he could prime it because you said it impacted and then it sizzled and then it explodes. He could technically hit it towards the wall and then throw it up.
Yes, you could do that. You can't it won't. It's not a timer. It is once you prime it, it is impact dependent explosion.
Yeah. Ricochet.
Okay, so if you're ricocheting it off a wall. Okay, I thought you were just throwing it up in the air. I'm like, it's just gonna go, then drop, then explode. So you take it, you ricochet it off the air, and it explodes in the air. give me an intimidation check.
Oh boy, I love doing those.
Intimidation.
14.
14.
Let me do a general roll. Let's see.
It was
Yeah.
deafened by the confetti cannons.
Yeah, as the thing explodes, the group of people who are next to it gonna go, gonna go down and look around, and sort of, it explodes without leaving anything. It has no like shrapnel falling down. As you look around, you sort of see that the students, unfortunately, on the other side of the quad, like just like still raging. They're like, they don't know. Okay, bad explosion, cool. Somebody's probably
Fucking
spelling some
hell.
fireworks. But the ones next to you are like looking around, trying to figure out what's happened, and they're sort of starting to talk to each other. Some people are starting to leave. Some people are like, nah, fuck it, it's just probably nothing, and you know they're starting to party hard.
All right. I go to the secretary.
Okay, so you are a grown man dressed as a boy.
Yes.
Okay.
Though I'm mostly disguised as a tall boy.
A tall boy.
You-
A tall, skinny boy.
Yeah.
A tiefling boy?
Yeah. I can't really hide that, no.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, but you're not
I'm
wearing
here
your mask
for
or
my
anything.
father.
So you're just
Have
a
you
very
seen
pale
him?
tiefling boy
I'll
walking over.
I'll disguise myself as like a just citizen, a normal citizen.
Okay, great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put you inside the transportation classroom. Bax, and Saldana, we'll get back to you in a second, because I'm just curious what he does here. So... This is the transportation classroom. You currently came into these. This is the stairs. Oh, sorry. Yes, I need to activate it. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Give me a second here. We're gonna go into, just to see... Oh. Never
Can
mind.
we see like what's going on?
Give me a
Just, like,
second.
you don't have
I
to.
need
No,
see
fuck you.
I need to deal with this. 1 second here.
I need to see everything.
I'm just gonna pause
Oh
it.
my God.
Technical difficulties, everybody.
No visibility.
Gasp.
I just need to log into the cam. Give me a second here. There we go. Loading screen.
Loading.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Bow.
Yeah, the teacher kept telling me I needed to polish my rod more, and I think it was hitting on me.
No, Jerry, he meant it literally. Clean your fucking rod, dude. Jesus Christ, there are still cum stains on it.
Letting you talk every time is a mistake. Anyway,
It's
we're
a
here.
mistake.
It is
We're
a
here.
big mistake.
Just letting you open your mouth is a mistake. This is kind of what it looks
You're
like.
welcome.
Thank you. You walk in and you sort of had to go through a stairwell to get up to this classroom. There's a bunch of chairs, bookshelves on the sides. The shape of the room inside is really bizarre. It does not conform to the shape of the outside, but you're like, hey, magic towers, am I right?
So this is where Mads blew up his grenade and
No.
a bunch of papers got everywhere.
Different
okay.
building.
Oh, okay.
So you notice
But
that
this is
over
the-
here is the stairs to go up, because this is the only exit.
It is a black circle to me.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
I found the exit.
Okay, give me a second. I'm just... Oh, yes. Just moving things around. So, yep. So as you're here, I'm just gonna remove you and move you. I'll just delete you and put you in a different room.
Damn, you snapped his neck.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Right. You come
Got
out
down there.
over here. 1 second. I'm just
Whoa.
gonna move here. And there is a sort of an Earth Genasi lady who is currently dealing with a huge table full of books and notes and everything. And she lifts her head as she sees you come up, and she's like, yes, how can I help you? She says she's moving things around.
I am acting absolutely livid. Like I am deceiving her with my Karenness.
Describe how you're
And-
acting. What do you mean by you're acting livid?
Absolutely hysterical. Do you see what they're doing out there? They're blowing up everything. You
Uh-huh.
gotta control the students. They're throwing spells everywhere. They're
Yes,
drinking,
yes.
they're screaming.
I will get right to it. I will get right to it.
Everything's blowing up.
Blowing up? Call the security then. I don't know.
My
It's not my
dog
job.
lost a literal leg because of this.
It's not my job. And she's
Well, then whose job is it?
the security. Don't you see the guards outside? There are some. Just find one.
Because there are no guards outside. Because there's a fucking party outside and explosions everywhere.
Okay. Sit down. I will be with you in a second. This is urgent. And she points at the couches behind you. Are you trying to intimidate her? Like, what are you trying to do?
I stand there and look angrily at her.
She's like, you know, I deal with students every day. You can pout all you like. I'm busy. And she's literally like multitasking
I
8 different
demand to
things.
speak to your supervisor.
She looks up, fixes her glasses, and looks she over once and like, do you go here? Okay. And then she goes underneath the table clearly to
My
get
dog is
something.
missing a leg. Do you not understand?
As you say this, she pulls out like some sort of a metal rod and she puts it on the table. And you notice that the rod has a bunch of runes around it. And as you're talking, she's like, mm-hmm. And she's starting to like rotate them and they're all like clicking into place and priming. Sure, yes, you definitely go to the school, huh? Can you show me your school ID, please? As she's rotating this rod.
Can I just, this time around, because I didn't feel efficiency, I just put a bunch of grenades in a corner, then in the transmutation thing, and then I stand on the corner, and then I throw a grenade onto the grenades to make a bigger explosion.
Okay, so
in the transmutation.
okay, I will take your character and I put him in the transmutation room. It's fine. You could have gotten in there during this mess. So you tell me where you put what. I'll put Danny on here so he can see. But he's not here.
Is this like downstairs from where they are?
Yes.
Alright, well, I'll essentially...
The stairs are up here to get upstairs. So the room would be like technically like this somehow.
Yeah, I would literally put it here at all the books, and then I would just prime a bunch of grenades, and then I would stand over here and I would yeet them over there.
Okay, question.
So I'd be in corner.
So you've used one, Gabe used one, you now have 6 left. So you put 5 in there and throw the 6th one to blow it, right?
If it's the only thing garnering their attention is a bunch of grenades and explosions, then yes.
Okay.
We want to do
so that is, I'd say, that is 5 of them, each of them with a 10-foot radius. I'd say I'll multiply that by 3 because they're in a pack. So that's a 30-foot radius.
If they don't fucking move to that, then I mean, nothing is going to face them anyway. So you might as well just break kneecaps on the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't do it at that point, I'm just gonna...
No, I'm just checking how big the explosion is. It is pretty big, yeah. But because you're quite far away from it, I need you to give me an athletics check to aim it well.
Do you think that a fireball would activate these grenades?
Give me an intelligence check.
I'm glad I have at least 1 grenade left. I need something to blow up his fucking office.
That's 17.
17. You're like, it is a chemical reaction, but it's probably it's an exothermic one. So it's a reaction that produces heat. So if you add heat to the reaction, it will produce more heat. So you're like, that might work. Probably.
Make that 60 feet.
I have the wand of fireballs, and I just pump like 6 grenades, and I have 5 grenades in the pot, and then like use all 7 charges, and I just fucking kill myself.
I was about to ask, are you attuned to the wand?
I actually did attune it over
Okay.
away from the amulet of the other thing, so.
Okay, fair enough.
But I'm just gonna throw it. So you said athletics.
Yep.
That's fine.
So usually you
I'm
could, I'd say,
super good
yeah.
at this.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna use the inspiration.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Oh, that was almost a nat 20, bro. Fair enough. You take the grenade, you throw it, with your tiny little weak dragon arms, and it kind of lands around here on this desk. It does explode, so the desk and... Yeah, about this desk, like, this section of desks, like here, just goes everywhere. The debris is falling at you. Ferverand, you, as the lady's clearly, like, you notice there's, like, a weird runic rod she's priming of some sort, either to bash you with or just to fucking annihilate you, you don't know. As she's moving it, you feel, like, a little shake. And then she goes, like, what was that? Did you hear that?
This is what I'm telling you about. It's
Okay,
going
okay,
fucking
okay,
crazy
okay.
out there.
Kadava, I throw the fireball at the fucking grenades.
Wait, sorry, you do that now?
Yes! I failed my throw! I will not fail the fireball.
Okay. So you do fireball indoors. Please specify to me what level fireball it is, how big it is. Tell me.
I'm just gonna use 3 charges of the 7 to make it a 5th level, and on top of the old grenades, add the bookcase over here, and I'm gonna stand very far away as I prime this, because as it is a wand, I can prime it pretty
Okay,
far.
so it's a 20-foot radius sphere, but the damage is different. So the sphere doesn't change.
Yes.
So let me just
it
draw
does it
this.
jumps by
Let me
hitting
draw
the
this.
grenades.
All right, the grenades are here, so let's say 20 feet, yeah? About this much. This is the explosion radius. So you come behind and you're just like, I'm gonna get this fucking done. You shoot it, and it just... Okay, the books are on fire. The wardrobe is on fire. Whatever's left of them. The desk just literally ricochets. You have to, like, give me just a dexterity saving throw. Not a really high DC to, like, dodge the flying desk that's coming at you.
And
sorry,
what about the
hold
grenades?
on. That is wrong. That is the fireball. Now, the grenades themselves have about a 10-foot radius. I'm gonna have to roll a die for this. Just out of curiosity.
You blow up like a chunk out of the actual tower.
I was thinking, let's see if that's how it is.
Honestly, this
domestic
motherfucker needs to get down. I'm
Domestic
tired of waiting.
terrorists. Let's go. Okay. What'd you say? Level
Just having
5.
a
Level.
little
What's a level
lesson on
5
thermonuclear
fireball?
explosions.
What's a level 5 fireball?
It's a level 5 fireball, yes.
Okay, cool. Deduct that from your wand, because I think it has a limit of, yes.
It has 7 charges.
Yeah. 1 second
So
here.
I
I'm doing some
3.
background math in this.
Bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 bum.
Are you
I mean,
done now?
yeah, the fireball itself deals 10d6, and then there's, of course, the grenades exploding at the exact same location.
Bum 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 bum. Sorry,
It's a bunch of damage.
yeah, it's a bunch of damage. I'm just estimating how much it amplifies it. Just out of fun. Doing some math
Well,
in
I
the
mean,
background.
If you consider each grenade to be a multiplier of 1 to each other, then what was it? 6 grenades? So you take 1 grenade, multiply it by 6, and then add the fireball plus whatever upcast level it is. So it's cast at level 3. It was upcast at level 5, so add a 3 multiplier to the 6. So it's 1 times 6 times 3.
Okay, so yeah, that is 25d6. That would. I'm not gonna roll that. That's probably yeah. You know what? I'm gonna.
I'll roll it.
The range wouldn't really just like be too big. I'd say the amplification of the range would be
Here you go.
all right. 87 damage. 87 fire damage. So I'd
Not
say
even 100.
the amplification would be. I'm gonna double the distance.
I mean, If you had the fire elemental feat thing, then you could have like re-rolled once or something, whatever it was.
Okay. So the localized
been great.
explosion already, you know what? I'm gonna wing this. So it already went to 40 feet because you had about 5 of them in there in a cluster. And because you threw a fireball, it's gonna go another 20 feet. So majority of this room, including the stairs heading up, and have just been hit. The bookshelves are completely destroyed. This section is outdoors right here with the little telescopes. People outside, Sildana, you're just sitting there, and then you're looking up at the tower, and then you see just fire come out of an open, like, arch.
Oh.
I love how the secretary goes, "Ooh, oh, what was that?" Boom.
Yeah, basically. Did you hear that? Boom!
It's a little rumble and then the fucking nuclear explosion.
So that's what happens. The tower is built pretty well, but you can see the fire lick away. Bax for sure give me a dex saving throw.
I threw it and I yeeted down and instantly.
Bax still do it. You shooketh the
Dex
building.
throw,
You
yeah.
need to give me one.
Of course. Saving throw coming in.
You get hit in the face by a rock and you just immediately die.
Die. No, you're fine. You shot it and immediately ducked into the stairwell and started going down. And as you were going down, you felt the shake and you like tumbled a little bit on the stairs, but you caught yourself because you were expecting it. And you're basically legging it downstairs into like the main foyer, out the door. The heat of the explosion is like following you. The hot air is following you and singeing your hair a little bit. So you're not in here. I'm just gonna make you invisible. Oh.
It works for me.
Sorry, my dog is making weird noises.
It's always nice to see Gabe and the other ones just flying.
Indeed. So you're just gonna be... Oh, sorry. You're just gonna be invisible for a second.
cannot
Meanwhile, Gabe, as this woman is, like, about to get up to check what's going on, shaken down, she drops back in her chair. You, as you're looking down, you feel the floor under you start to shake. You see some tiles, like, pull up, and then you see some tiles, like, heat up and look very, hot to stand on.
I dodge out of the way.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna make you roll, because you know you're dexterous enough to like, because they're not like moving. You're just stepping out of the way. You notice as you're looking down into the stairwell from which you came, it's starting to like collapse.
I would like to like scream like a Karen and then like duck behind the couch.
Sure. Free action, do that. Go behind a Karen. As you're looking out, there's windows everywhere. And by the way, all of the windows in that classroom have shattered. And so first it was the fire and the windows shatter and everybody else kind of like, there's a big explosion, but it doesn't shake anybody on the ground. Everybody's dancing and then the rain of small glass starts to fall. And at first everyone's like, oh, confetti! Ow. And then people start to scream and panic. Sildana, I need you to give me a... I guess what would it be? It would be a dexterity saving throw because a bunch of students are starting to try to rush out of the quad or hide under the tree. So they are running and smashing into the trunk and the tree is shaking. You need to give me a dexterity saving throw to not fall out of it.
Okay, am I still hidden from everybody?
Oh yeah, they don't know you're there. They're busy.
Okay, wow.
They're busy.
One of the tables flew down to you. Don't worry about
They're a
it.
little bit busy.
Bitch.
But yeah, also Ferverand, all of the windows in the room you're in exploded out. Except for the ones closer to the stairs going upstairs. The lady is like hiding under the table and screaming.
Okay.
Just screaming incoherently.
I go, nya, as I do this.
Yeah, that's a 23. You're fine. You're just hanging onto a tree like a cat as the entire tree is being shaken. As, like, drunk students are running. Somebody's definitely been trampled. Belluar is like, everybody stay calm. Stay calm. It's simply... He looks up at the tower. Probably an act of domestic terrorism. I don't know. Let's go. Okay, in an orderly fashion. In an orderly fashion. And he's like...
It's just me being like fucking Stitch when he comes out of the spaceship when he lands on Earth, like.
Yeah, as you come out, honestly, the chaos is so big you don't need to give me any rolls. Nobody knows it was you. It's confusing enough.
You've realized your inner passion.
Okay, so
Oh, domestic terrorism.
question: you and
You could have
Sildana.
been an evocation
Yeah,
wizard.
you and Sildana are currently outside. So Sildana's in a tree still. Bax, where are you going with all the students to leave, or are you staying behind, or what are you up to?
I will do my great deception of running around screaming like the other.
Oh no, great, but like they're all trying to rush out of the quad. Are you trying to go with the crowd or stay in the quad?
I am fake screaming all the way over to where my to Sildana and where Trell and the other ones will be.
Ah.
Okay, so you guys are all grouped up. Before we resolve you, Ferverand, because there's stuff gonna happen with you, I just want to finish with the resolution of these guys. So as you guys group up under the tree, like about half of the students got out. You notice some students are injured on the floor. Then at this point the campus security is just there, and they're all like at this point are trying to help the students. A lot of them are clerics. Obviously the church is here now. They're all like making sure nobody's injured. Everybody's looking up at the tower. I'm pointing at the explosion. You did make a very loud mess. Success.
And it didn't even summon the headmaster.
Well, hold on. You don't know.
He just sat there in the fucking room reading a book.
Fucking youth today, I swear to God.
No, but when the party was happening, that's probably what he was doing. He was just like... just reading a book. But yeah, now... So the thing is, now, majority of the campus security is busy trying to help the trampled students. The injured ones, the scared ones. Nobody knows what's going on. They're all very drunk. And all of the people who would have come in to deal with the explosion are currently realizing that there's a lot more injured people out here, and that the explosion can wait for a second because they need to, like, somebody's literally been stepped on, like, they need to deal with people here right now.
There's like a 17-year-old drunk, ugly, crying hysterically.
Yeah, currently because her leg has been broken by a mob running through it, and like it's an open fracture. She's bleeding everywhere.
Pish posh.
Yeah. So there's like multiple instances of injuries happening, and so because of that, the campus security is busy. So that worked. You hope nobody died, but if they did, as you probably said, price you're willing to pay. What are you guys talking about? Because you have a little second to like regroup while you guys are outside.
I would see I'd see the group like come like pop out, and I would probably get out of the tree and go to them.
No, I mean you're all together now. So Belloar, Trarl,
Yeah.
Bax, and you, Sildana, and then Belloar and Trarl are like, holy shit! That was a huge explosion. My God, the glass.
What happened in there?
I don't know. It exploded. I think I've heard a big boom, and then the glass started shattering from up there. And he points, and it's like on fire now. The tower is like on fire. All the windows are out, and so you can see the fire come out the windows of the middle floor. And he's just like, and everybody started running, and I sort of stayed by the wall. But I mean, it works. But and he looks at all of the injured, like, and Belloar is like, right, well, I should probably make myself scarce, because otherwise they're gonna start asking me questions. And he's like looking at the servants to start to pack up. Surprisingly, all of the servants who are just standing there after the explosion are just calmest faces that have ever happened. They're just packing up. Like,
This is a Tuesday for them.
no, they've seen shit. They've seen some shit. And Bellowar's like, right then, that's my cue. Enjoy yourselves. Good luck. Bye-bye. And he just leaves. Like, he manages in the confusion to, like, make himself scarce. And as he's, like, struts away in his flip-flops, Charles just looks and goes like, it looks like he's done this before. Including the escape and everything. Okay, so did Ferverand get in? Like, what do we do now? Do we stay outside? What's the plan?
I don't know, but we can leave. We'll stay at a safe distance. It's fine. And let's be real, your dad is old in this party mode. He probably has done this at least 5 times. Your dad's a domestic terrorist. But
Okay.
let us carefully watch. I think it most likely gave the reaction we wanted.
Oh yeah, no, that was very effective. How did you make such a big explosion? These are all very small ones.
Well, I stacked. Actually, let's not say this out loud mid in public. Let's go.
Cool. You guys give me, like, I'd say you and Sildana, give me a group survival check just to try to find a spot where you can have a good vantage point, but you're also hidden enough from all of the clerics and the staff who are now flocking to the quad to try to help pull the students.
Survival.
I got a 10.
23.
And you also got
Wait, what?
a near 10.
Oh,
13.
okay. I was like, why the fuck?
Yeah, you guys, it's kind of hard now, because the crowd is still dispersing. You can get out of the quad, but you're struggling to find a good vantage point. So you have to make a choice with a 13. You can either find a place where you can hide for sure that nobody will find you, but you won't be able to see what's going on with Ferverand. Or you can go up one of the buildings to have a good vantage point, but the chances are that people will probably come in and ask you questions are higher. It's your choice. I'm sorry, that's a 13. Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, we'll take the best we can get, and otherwise just wait for Ferverand because he's, he's
No,
the
but
only
what
one
I mean
actually
is,
in the mission.
you have to make a choice. You either hide somewhere that's well hidden, no vantage point, or vantage point but not well hidden. There's no in the middle. Pick one.
I am going to vantage point and try to hide.
That sounds like trying to cheese both, best of both.
Yeah.
It is.
For this, you rolled a 13. It's a group check. You guys didn't pass it.
I mean,
I'm gonna veto
let's
this.
just go to the vantage point. Everybody's gonna look at this place. It doesn't matter if we had a
Okay.
good vantage point.
Choose.
Realistically,
Choose.
yeah, I did. I just did.
Vantage point.
Good
Okay.
vantage point.
Vantage point. The vantage point is the nearby history classroom. As you guys are going up, you notice that there's a lot of students as you go inside the room. A lot of students are crowding near the window that is currently fine. The glass is there. And they're all looking down, and some of them are opening the window. And someone says, no, don't open it. You don't know what it is in there. Could be a magical explosion. And, they're sort of closing, and they're all, like, confusing, like, asking, did you see what happened? Did you see what? So the teacher is trying to, like, looking at the board. So there was a classroom in the middle of a class. And they're all now currently staring outside. You have a good vantage point of the area, but there are people here. And as you roll in, 2 students and a cat maid lady. Cat maid lady. You have a split second. You have a split second. When you walk into this room full of kids. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I wouldn't argue it's too weird considering there was just a fucking rave
Yes.
outside.
So that's what I mean. As you're coming in, I say you have a split second. I will allow you to hide if you like, because everybody's distracted right now, and they are not paying attention to who's coming into the room. But they will eventually. So, if you would like to hide here,
Yeah, I'll
you
try
can
to
roll
hide here.
stuff.
I'm just gonna go over there. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna ask if it's disadvantage or not.
Stealth? No, because you're also wearing your it's a dexterity saving throw. Sorry, it's a dexterity check, isn't it? Stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think you get advantage on that anyway.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just do advantage.
Yeah.
Cool.
22.
Yeah, 22.
You're hidden. You just like you find like you hide behind literal the curtain near the window, like you're in it. And so you have a good vantage point from the window, but also anybody who's looking through the window can see you in the curtain. So it's like it's perfect. You manage like cat-like reflexes just to go literally just go underneath the fucking curtain and just like freeze there in a cat pose. As the students finally like the teacher finally makes them back away from the window after a few minutes. Bax and Taro, you people are dressed like students. You don't stand out.
We are students.
yeah, but I mean, like, you're not meant to be in this class, but like, you can definitely just take a seat in the back, and nobody will question you being here.
I mean, regardless of not being meant to this class, there just was an explosion. People are just gonna run into rooms, so they're not really gonna think about that.
No.
I am going to go to the students, and I am going to use deception to make a rumor that the principal is a domestic terrorist.
Okay.
And this was always plan.
Well,
that's gonna be a hard sell.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard sell. This is a DC 22 persuasion.
I mean, to be fair, it is more like it was over there, just random shit coming out.
Max,
Sure.
that is a DC 22 deception check, please.
You got this. You do not. Oh, it almost was a nat one.
You do
Holy
not.
fuck.
You do not got this. As you're spreading this rumor, nobody's listening to you. You're saying, guys, I know what happened, and they're like, they're just ignoring your existence. Okay, you guys are currently safe. You kind of have sort of a vantage point to the building, so if any more explosions happen, you'll see them. Or if anyone comes out, you can keep an eye out on the door, but you, of course, cannot see inside. Meanwhile, we'll go back to Ferverand. Ferverand, my dear, you are currently in a room that is shaking, and you can hear, like, creaking. You feel like the building is settling after an explosion. There's a incoherent, like, scream. Your ears are, like, a little bit ringing. And you look down, there's the lady's underneath the table, and she's, like, holding her head and just rocking and screaming. After a few seconds of this, you see a person come out, and sort of start heading down this way. And, like, as he comes down, he's like, what the bloody hell happened? And he looks down at Gion, and then he moves his hand, and the tower stops shaking, and like the stones start to like fit back together, and he's looking at her like, what's going on? Was there an explosion? Geo, and she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And, you know, he's just like, he looks confused, but he's trying to, like, he's using sort of transmutation magic to like mold rock around him to keep it steady, because the building was about to collapse. So he's just like, what's going on? And he's trying to get information out of his secretary. He doesn't know you're there. He absolutely has no idea.
I used the chance to make myself invisible.
Okay.
And I'm going to, like, subtly sneak my way to here.
You know what? I'm just gonna veto this and say you don't need to roll anything, because he is busy trying to understand what's happening. He's concentrating on molding rock to prevent the stairs from collapsing. Geo is screaming, and he's trying to get information out of her. You can easily, while invisible in this mess, go upstairs. Just do it. I will move you upstairs.
Sure.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm just gonna delete you here again. Sorry.
Ah!
And you
You
get
got a deaf sound.
over here.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Here
So
you go.
you're now in his office.
Thank you. I was waiting.
Okay, now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this real quick. So, I'm going to set something that is a Daggerheart mechanic, but I'm going to shamelessly steal it and call it a countdown. Obviously, he's currently busy, but you don't know how long he's going to be busy. So, the way the countdown works, there is a, let's say D6. There's a D6 die that I'm going to put at 6. Which is how much time you have before maybe he manages. Again, he's a transmutation wizard. Molding stone, changing form, it's easy for him. An explosion happening, yeah, it surprised him, but fixing the damage and then figuring out what happened, stabilizing the situation, and going back to his office is possible. So you have 6 actions you can do. By actions, I will, like, determine if it, like, is the length of an action. It's not a 6 seconds, like, action, bonus action movement. It is, like, when you say, I would like to go up to the bookshelf and look through books. I'm like, okay, that's an action. Like, I'm trying to go here and to do this. I'm like, that's an action, you know? Sort of thing. And the timer will be ticking down. Now, I also have a subsequent sort of... I'll do rolls in the background for him to see how well he manages the situation. And if he manages it well, the timer might get shorter. But 6 is a good estimate for you to start with. I feel like it's just a fun mechanic to, like, give you a little sense of there's a time limit, but also lets you do things without me being, you know, makes it fair for you as well, without me being like, at the most crucial moment he walks into the room, you know, so I can't bullshit you.
Okay. So, does the fact that I have 40 feet movement speed factor into this at all?
I mean, if you would like to move across the room, it doesn't. Like, your action wouldn't be moving across the room. The action would be, like, looking through papers, you know, looking at something, or, like, whatever it is you're planning to do, rather than movement.
Okay.
You know what? This music doesn't fit. Hold on. It's Mr. Cheery. I want to do something...
Womp womp.
I'm going to do something, like, suspenseful. But not night. I'm going to do... Okay, I'm going to do... Do I have dramatic
Feliz
suspense?
Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I'll do combat regular. Why not? Yeah, it's a little bit tense music. It's gonna pick up in a minute. So,
Okay.
uh,
Okay. So I'm guessing there's going to be one action. I'm going to fly, scoop everything off the desk into my bag of holding.
Okay,
Every single fucking thing.
that is an action. As you are sort of grabbing everything on this table, you see in front, just saying what you're scooping. So as you're scooping, there's a bunch of, like, as you can see here, notebooks. There's a pen. There's an ink bottle that as you scoop, it spills. It covers a page of something. You're like, whatever, fuck it. There's a bottle of wine with a wine glass standing next to it. There's like a stack of books.
I leave that. I don't care about the wine.
Yeah, there's a stack of books to the right here. And basically it's like, it is, you grab the stack of books, you shove it into your bag of holding. That is an action for you. Now, in the background, I need to make a roll, if you don't mind.
I am still invisible while doing
Yes,
this.
yes. No, that's all fair. Your visibility lasts for like an hour, so that is fine.
Yep.
There's nobody in the room with you. It's just you. And you're invisible, so don't worry about it. You don't need to excuse yourself for it. I'm just making sure, like, in the background here, what he is doing.
Are there any light sources actively on?
In this room, no. You have no idea where the light sources are coming from. And as you look up, you realize that it's like, it's basically just he powers the light in this room through either the windows during the day, because you notice that the windows are spaced evenly. And this is like a little balcony up top here. That you see he sometimes, looks out of. But when you look up, there's currently inactive, like a crystal, like a stone crystal that just emits light during the night. Yes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make him. Yeah, he uses one slot to do this. He's gonna use transmute rock to try to go downstairs and deal with whatever is going on
gaping hole?
there. Yeah, the gaping holes. Okay. That's gonna be his action. I'm just gonna roll to like see how well it happens and how much he gets done. Just double checking. Again, spellcaster NPCs are hard. I need to like know exactly what he's up to. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, first he's not gonna do that. He's going to shape water to try to get rid of the fire. Okay. It is your turn. What is the second action that you do?
I check if, like, I essentially just rummage his desk.
So the desk has a few drawers. A lot of them are locked. As you're trying to open them, they physically do not open. Some of the parts of the desk look smooth, but when you shake it, you can hear there's something inside. It's probably a magical drawer of some sort.
I just, like, grab my dagger and I pry that shit open.
Okay. So you grab a dagger, and which ones? The ones that you just are look like complete wood that doesn't have any seams, or the ones that are closed?
The ones that are just locked. Like,
Okay.
I will jam my dagger by the locking mechanism.
Sorry, Saldana, you have death saves on you for some reason. As you jam your thing in the locking mechanism, I mean, let me check. One second.
I mean, I'm not attacking or casting a spell, so
That's true.
It's still invisibility. Otherwise, picking a lock would reveal you.
That's true. I'm just double checking something here in my notes.
It has a glyph on it and I blow up immediately.
Yes. Okay, I need you to... What is your passive perception?
My passive perception... 17.
Okay, as you're about to shove your dagger into it, you see there's a bunch of, like, small glyphs on the sides of the
shit.
drawer, and you think that in the private office of the director of the Magic Academy, the drawers that he
Mia,
locks
no,
are
stop.
probably magically
Defended?
defended. Yeah,
that makes
you're
sense.
pretty sure. So if you would have stabbed the dagger in and tried to pry it in any way, you don't know what the booby trap would be because you're not a transmutation wizard, but you're pretty sure there would be one. So I'd say doing that and figuring out and shaking, like almost no drawers are open in his in his desk. It seems like he's quite a paranoid person. You easily can get stuff on top of his desk. That was expelled. But the desk itself, as you keep looking at each drawer, you notice that, like, now that you know what the runes look like, they're everywhere. And some of the drawers, when you shake the desk, are probably, like, hidden magically inside anyway, that you can't even open it with a key. And you're like, fuck! And that takes you a little bit of time, so that is an action for you. So he, meanwhile, is going to... Right, he's going to... see if that works. Okay.
Can you
right.
imagine we just used the grenade fireball combo on him directly?
That,
Damn,
that
it
was
would've saved
the
so
thing
much
you could have
time.
done, but you didn't. But you didn't. Anyway, yes, it is back to you. What would you like to do?
Alright. I would like to like go around all the bookshelves
Uh-huh.
and just fucking toss it all like right here in the middle.
Okay, so that you're not looking at what you're tossing. You're just shoving things from the bookshelves onto the ground.
Yep.
Okay, okay, 1 second.
I mean, if anything catches my eye, it catches my eye, but otherwise I'm
Yes.
just tossing it.
Give me. So you pass a possession 17, right?
Yes.
Let's see.
Passive investigation is 14.
Yes. I guess. Yes. So as you're like shoving different books, some of them are history books, some of them are transmutation books. Because are you taking like a whole section off and then go to the next one, whole section, or just random here, random there, and then at random times?
Random times.
Okay, when you're taking a few books at a time from a random cabinet, you notice nothing happens. In one cabinet, when you moved 4 books at a time, you thought you heard a click, and so you put them back, moved 1 book, it was fine. So you realize there might be a preventive thing if somebody just comes in and grabs all the books or something. Something might happen, but your passive perception is good enough to like, okay, I'm not gonna go crazy here. Slowly, like it seems to be taking a book at a time, or like 2 books at a time, with relative speed is fine. It's not triggering anything crazy. Because it's probably like, oh, he's just looking for a reference. You know, it's something like quick browsing is fine. You can't like sweep a shelf off. That would you know that would trigger something in this paranoid man's office. So I'd say, would you like to spend some time to get a lot of books in the center, or are you just doing some?
I'm getting a fair number of them.
Okay, so that's going to take actually 2 actions for you. However, I'm going to let you give me an investigation check to see if something plucks your eye during this.
17.
17. As you're picking some books, obviously a lot of them are on transmutation, but you do notice that a lot of them are about the Feywild. And
Toss it in the bag of holding.
yeah, you toss it in the bag of holding. So, one of the books you pull out is specifically talking about the anatomy, the etymology, and the behavior of leprechauns.
Bag of holding.
Bag of holding. And then you start, like, with a 17, you also notice there's a few books which are more about theology and the explanation of, like, what is a soul? How does necromancy work? Because that is a magic that utilizes souls and dead bodies. A lot of more like philosophical texts on that. Yeah, you're just shoving anything relevant to the bag of holding, but these are like the 3 topics you notice that in this transmutation room. There are other, like, there's literature, there's like just fiction, but there's also these books that you're like, bag. Great, so that is 2 actions for you, so he has 2 actions to do.
We got 2 left, baby.
Yes, he's going to come back. Let's see. How's he gonna do? Yeah, he's going to persuade. Okay. Okay, fair enough. How do you reckon you would have really good hearing at this? Would you be like listening in to see if any sound travels from the stairs?
I mean, aside from me tossing books everywhere, yeah, I would be keeping an ear open.
don't worry, the floor is stone, so when you toss a book, it's like they don't hear it downstairs. But as you're passing, every time you're coming to this like to this bookshelf and you're passing by the stairs, you're like listening, and you always hear the secretary sobbing and like trying to relax. And at some point, after you've tossed majority of the books on the floor and some books from the walls, you put them in your bag of holding. You start hearing the voice of like a man trying to calm a woman down. It's not working. So it's a long like trying to like, what happened? And her just going. So he came back after kind of sorting something, but he's not going upstairs. He's trying to get some information out of his secretary. We don't know how long that's going to take. You're still invisible. You're pretty certain. The stairwell is pretty narrow, so you don't want to go at the same time as him. But I don't know. You don't want to. You don't know if you can
Don't worry.
gamble. Yeah.
I got a plan.
You got. You know. You're not sure if you have 3 turns per se.
So, how far down is this?
So, which is quite interesting, because from the outside, it looks not as tall as it is. And then as you come up to the balcony and you look down, it's about 200 feet.
200 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can make it.
Whew. This is gonna make it a bit more difficult.
The view is lovely. You can see over the tops of everything. The view from here is the top, like, highest tower, but when you were looking from down, you were like, I don't know, there's a weird, like, distance perception going on. Or, sorry, you wouldn't know. You don't know what's true. You don't know whether the perception from the bottom is how high it is, or whether where you are is too far, you know, it's an illusion. You have no idea. You have no way to tell. I would say,
I'm going to grab my 50-foot of rope, tie it around my crowbar, toss it between the like railings of the balcony to make the rope solidly hang down and can support my weight. I'm gonna toss a grenade at his desk, and I'm gonna like climb down the rope and then jump down and use slow fall.
Okay,
to reduce
so
the damage I take.
I'm gonna say this. To fashion the rope to your thing and making sure it's solid, I'll take that's kind of an action. And then, as you're, like, leaning out of the balcony, you take this thing, you use both of your hands, like, to prime it, and then you throw it at his desk, and then, like, immediately start going down the rope, right? That is the second action.
Yeah, at his desk where all the books are, so even if, like, the desk blows up and, like, one of his important documents lands somewhere, it's going to be covered in shredded books everywhere. It's going to take him a really fucking long time to piece everything together.
Yeah, so that's, I would say that you're back to 1, and then let me show you one more thing before the grenade hits. I
would just like to clarify, if his magical protection is set to detonate if somebody that isn't him opens it, I would argue that blowing it up with a grenade is the same equivalent. So whatever the magic trap is should also happen.
You don't know whether the magic trap is an explosion.
No, but I'm saying if it is.
If it is, yeah. So, all right. As you're sort of about to, you're hanging off this balcony. I'm gonna give him a few actions to do. Okay. Okay. Actually, after that roll, so you put the crowbar, put your rope. That you've done. You're out of the balcony. Done. You're now priming the bomb. As this happens, you notice that he comes up the stairs. And you notice that he seems like he's looking for someone. It seems that he finally persuaded the secretary to tell him what she saw, and the mention that someone was here right as the explosion happened, and now wasn't, instantly made him realize that somebody snuck into his office. He's not an idiot, okay? So as he runs in, you're out the balcony, so he doesn't see you right away. But as he runs in, he's like looking around, and then like I would say
he just hears the thump of the grenade landing by his desk, and as he looks at the desk,
I mean, I'll give him one. Okay, let me give my boss man here one perception check that he would do to try to see if he sees you in any shape or form.
Listen, my passive
You're
stuff
invisible.
is 18.
You're invisible.
I am invisible.
But the crowbar isn't. So bear with me.
True.
He's just gonna do one. He's
Odd,
not. It's
odd
gonna.
guess.
It's gonna be a very high DC. There's a low chance he'll beat it. But if he I need to. I feel like I owe him, and the perception check. Right, because passive is not very good, but he's actively looking for you. So,
It would be really funny if you got on that one. I wonder it's by the desk.
yeah. As he's looking around, he actually.
The only
you
thing
are
he
correct.
perceives is the grenade in his face.
The first thing he does is rush up to his desk because he rolled quite low, but this is where like it seems that he seemed like something is important is in his desk. As he rushes up to it, as you said, the click, the throw, and the little drop, and there's a second before he looks down, and then a boom, an explosion happens. What do you do at this point?
I jump off the fucking balcony from the rope.
Okay,
I
so
slide down
you have
the
100.
rope,
Yeah, you
go,
have 150
fall
feet
150
left.
feet.
We will resolve the fall damage and everything else with you in a minute, or however you want to mitigate it. Let me see how much. I mean, this doesn't do that much damage, and he has stuff against, like, he has reactions.
I mean, slow fall only reduces the damage I take. It doesn't actually like slow my fall.
We will resolve you in a second. I'm just trying to see how much damage you do to this man.
Enough to piss him off for life.
Probably, yeah.
Aim for the bushes. Try to hit a shadow while you're falling down, and then you shoot
Dude,
at it.
if I could like bank in a shadow, I could then fall in a shadow, teleport to another one, take no fall damage.
Unfortunately for
Exactly,
you,
that's what I'm thinking.
when you come out, the balcony has a nice view, and when you scroll down, you realize that the height that the balcony was at was the actual height. So from the bottom, the building looks lower than it is. So it's 200 feet for you, for real. It's real 200 feet. And as you're looking up,
I was aware.
yeah, as you're looking up, the shadow from the balcony, because it's quite small, ends way below the rope. And when you look down, there is just like it's middle of the day. You're in midair. There's not many shadows to hide in.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been an effective plan if we had done this at like evening, but then at the same time we wouldn't have gotten in.
Can I make something funny?
Give me one
Can
second.
you make a D100 check to see if the fucking table flew out of the window that would block the sun just enough for him to teleport down?
It would be funny if the desk flew out the window just so we can fucking loot it.
I mean,
Oh my
you know what? That
goodness.
sounds fun. But I need to see, like, I'm trying to see what he can do to like negate this damage if he can. So just bear with me. I'm not
Shield, I
super
guess.
familiar with this. I mean,
Yeah,
shield
only
is
magical
against
thing I
magic.
can
This
get
is
I mean, it will. I mean, the dynamite
It's
does what? Fire damage.
Yeah.
And he has to do a saving throw. Then arguably, there's literally nothing he can do unless he casts like Cat's Grace on himself beforehand.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's anything you can do because shield is against the triggering attack, which is like a direct attack. This is just an AoE effect.
It also like only increases your AC and makes you like block magic.
no, but
missile.
he's, as I said before, he's a transmutation wizard. He knows how to like. But none of it can be done. None of it can be done in a reaction time. So he actually just fucking face takes this damage. So one grenade doesn't really do that much. It's more, again, they're made for a distraction. The reason that much damage was done is fire plus whatever chemical was in them, plus 5 of them in the spot, plus books.
And this is just plus books.
This is but
And desk.
this is just gonna be set on fire, not much. But I just want to get the damage per one of them, which I think I have it written here. Yes.
I'm gonna be your
Yep.
Sorry, as a long list of notes. It would be DC 13 dexterity saving throw and a 3d6 fire damage. And be blinded until the end of their next turn. So he's gonna do his dexterity saving throw. Yeah, he fails. He takes that damage. Takes it right to his face.
Takes it like a champ.
That is 14 points of damage. It's not much. He takes 14 points. As he is yeeted back, and you know what? Oh, he's gone, isn't he?
Yeah, he BRB'd real quick.
Okay, I want him to give me a D100 check, and if he rolls me a 7 or less, basically the divine intervention rolls. If he rolls me 7 or less, the desk will literally fly out the window, and then you'll be able to loot it. If it's anything but 7 or less, it just, it just hits a wall and, explodes.
Seven or less. Let's do this, baby.
Yeah, you heard that.
99. Let's go.
The desk disintegrates, so there's nothing in there. You realize the traps that were there were probably made to affect the intruder, but not like an explosion. More of a magical effect on them, either to turn them to stone or something, where he can come and catch them in the act, rather than kill them. But you don't care anymore because you're hanging 50 feet off, and you have 150 feet to drop. Now, are you dropping, or are you thinking, like, at the moment, he seems a bit busy. He's not gonna
from the rope.
Okay. So you didn't like take a minute to think what to do.
No, I climbed to the bottom of the rope and I dropped.
Got it. Okay, you are now plummeting. Let me see. God bless internet math. I don't have to do this math.
God bless. Fuck the internet.
Okay, so you take 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet fallen, and maximum is 20d6. So maximum is 200. So you're taking 15d6 damage.
Okay. You want me to roll it?
No, I'll roll it.
All right.
I have 15 d6s.
Do 15d6 minus 35
Why?
because I have slow fall.
Oh, and what does Slowfall do exactly?
Reduces the amount of falling damage I take by 5 times my level.
Ah, gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Oh, I have a lot more dice than I thought.
Oh, you're rolling physical dice. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of math for you.
It's worth it. Hold on. I need to grab my dice.
It's worth it particularly because you might die.
So, Stacy, are you willing to go to prom with me? I don't know, Gerald. I mean, the college
Sorry, it was
did kind
getting
of just
cold.
explode right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would explode in those pants.
This was really
It's
fun. I'm
worth
not gonna
it.
lie. Okay. Oh, that's not very good. That one's cocked. Okay,
Cocked?
that's better.
Oh my god,
10,
I can't believe she's got cock dice.
20.
I think
Bet
somebody
you went to
made
Bad Dragon to
dice.
get those. That's probably a fucking thing.
It's gotta be a thing, right?
How much
The
health do you have
D4 is just a
again? Is
dickhead.
it like 60?
10, 20, 40.
Is that like 60 health you have, Gabe?
51.
No, 51.
44 points of damage. That is before the subtraction. I didn't roll that well.
So I take barely any.
You got lucky. Because
That's what I'm fucking banking on, baby.
so as you're falling down, you feel the air go through your body, and as you're about to drop into, still take that damage though. Which is 44
Yeah.
minus 35. Yeah. So as you're falling down, you suddenly see that as you're nearing the ground, you notice that the sun is currently to the west, or started to head to the west. And then your shadow is projected the moment you're getting close to the buildings on the side of the building, and then a hand pulls you to the shadow and then pushes you out at the bottom, breaking your momentum. You roll on the ground, take minor, like 10 points or however many fucking points of damage you take.
9 damage.
9 damage. As you roll on the ground, get back down, and then your shadow buddy just walks out of the wall and just like,
I give him
There's
a
a
high
little-
five.
he high fives you and says,
Do I get inspiration for badassery?
yes.
Hell yeah.
You get
Worth
inspiration
it.
for just like this has been the most like, I mean, honestly, I think I'm gonna give inspiration to Bax as well, simply for like the sheer fuck it fireball.
For the domestic terrorism.
Yes.
We're
Appreciate
filming
it.
an action movie. I'm the lead star. Matt is the special effects.
Yes, Mads is the sidekick who's like, ah, fuck it, throw it away. And it all worked out for the best. Honestly, there was many different ways this could have gone. This could have been a fight, which you guys did not want, because this is I would say an archmage kind of dude in his domain where he knows he hides things. So that would have been spicy for you. But you've managed to avoid it.
Yesent, Monk is literally a mage counter. If I just stunning strike him, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna do well on Constitution saving throws.
Yeah. But again, you know, it depends.
Whole
It
person
depends.
after you stun him.
You two are my worst fucking enemy. The fucking stun and whole person. You're ruining my vibe. And anyway, maybe with your low level, you might actually survive the stuff I'm throw at you. Maybe. So yeah. One thing to say is give me, just because you were in that room for a little bit of time, and you were outside as well. You're not an architect, but I'd say you're a suspicious guy. That'll be fair.
It's kind of my profession.
Yeah, and you did notice that there was some fuckery going on with proportions in this building. Give me a plain. I guess this would be an investigation roll. Like a retroactive, like investigation roll. Like kind of as you're now walking back to your group, you're starting to think
13.
13.
I don't know why you see it twice.
Yes. You did notice that you were told that there's a teleportation room above his office. And when you were hanging off the balcony, you saw, when you were looking up briefly, like two balconies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Way above, like, you couldn't climb up there. Like, it's not a floor, it's multiple floors in between. And you think you saw, like, something else higher up than that even. And you remember that from the ground, you cannot see this level of detail. You just see, like, a tower. Like a conical tower. But from when you were hanging, there's, like, something that resembled balconies and floors, maybe? And you think a circular thing above that. But that was like a quick glance. You didn't really get to study it too much with the 13.
I mean, just knowing is enough.
Yeah, and one thing I will give you, you did not find any stairwell, any way, physical way up to those floors when you were in the room, looking at things. You didn't find it behind the desk, and, you know, not on the balcony anywhere. Like, the one that you can understand, you can probably deduce that the only way he gets to that floor, the teleportation and above, is by using some sort of magic. And that's why...
Probably hidden in his desk. That's now completely fucking ruined.
Maybe not. But one thing you know is that he personally brings people who use the teleporter, so he can bring other people up there. But there isn't any mechanical way to get there. And that is what I'll give you with the 13. And I think it's getting a bit late. If you guys want to play, we'll play an aftermath of how you guys, like, cover this up, but we'll basically, like, this was the action sequence for today. Unless you guys get in a fight with somebody.
This one crazy, though.
Yeah, this one crazy. I love this. This is why I play D&D. Great, I'm gonna switch back to the RP, and I'm gonna turn off the spicy music. And we're gonna go into,
Spicy!
regular calm music. The rest of you guys, I'd say, meanwhile, you guys are in the history classroom getting bored. Sildana and Bax, both of you have vantage point through the window. Both of you give me perception checks with disadvantage.
Uh,
13. And...
Perception check with disadvantage.
You just see me, like,
That's a net
Yeah.
one.
plummet down from a
That's a
distance.
And a nut one.
I'm-
Bax, as you're looking through the window, the teacher suddenly goes like, Bax Obsidian. You're like, you turn around and she's like, you recognize, you do take history with her. And she looks around and is like, Trarrell? What are you doing here? Why'd you on leave? And because your mother is ill and didn't you, like, I heard you died. What happened? And immediately the classroom turns around towards you as the teacher is just being very flabbergasted as she's looking at the two of you. Soldano, though, while this is happening, you look out the window and then you think you see a figure just like drop from a balcony.
I'm
and
Assassin's Creed, Leap of Faith.
yeah,
the-
that's all you see with the. I think it was a 13. What did you roll? 13.
I'm
Yeah.
just-
Unless you fly down.
I'm probably
As
gonna
you-
try to go towards that.
Yeah. No, you're in the classroom right now. You're hidden inside the. Sorry, you're not
Did
really
you say I
doing
was
much.
behind a curtain?
Yeah, you're not really doing much in this episode though, Soldano. But you're the only one that notices that there's like you think a very distant figure, and then there's just like a little dot that just drops, and then you think you see like there's fire again, and you're like, what do you do?
You said I was like near a window or something.
Yes,
did
you are. You managed to cat slide underneath a curtain, and you're currently standing behind a curtain, looking out the window while the class is doing what the class is doing.
Is the window openable?
You can try it. Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll try to open the window.
Redo my your stealth check, please. Not with disadvantage, just straight because they're currently distracted. But again, you are moving and doing something, so yeah, no, run. It's even higher. You're just like
28.
fucking rogue rangers. You like open it up a little bit, and you open the window. Nobody fucking notices. And you are like around on the first floor, so you can definitely like. To get a good vantage point, you are a little bit higher up. So I'm gonna say you are on the 3rd floor.
Okay. How high up is it? You said 3rd floor, but it's like.
Wait, you wanna jump out? We can just leave.
I'm just like, do I jump out? Would I die if I?
Bear
do?
with me.
I'm just trying to ask.
There's a bear with you.
Oh my
Bear!
god, there's a bear with her.
I'm sorry, Bax. I'm gonna leave.
So
you
yeah,
here.
it's about 40 feet down.
40 feet down. Huh.
Again, to be able to
That's
see
gonna
this
be
from far away,
46 damage.
you need to be like higher up, obviously, to see it. So you wouldn't be on the ground.
I will use my acrobatics to try and climb down.
I mean, there's windows underneath it. It's not unlike Ferverand, who's hanging off a balcony on a fully like smooth tower. You are climbing down a window where there's other floors and windows and like
Yeah,
things
that's
to
what
grab. So
Yeah,
sure,
that's what I
give
mean.
me
I'll
an
use
acrobatics
acrobatics
check.
to just
I'm
climb
gonna
down.
say DC 16.
Oh wait, do I have like? That's whatever. I probably should have. Wait, did I have advantage? Hold on.
Double check.
Additional advantage on dex saves, skill checks. Take. Okay. Advantage on dex saves and skill check. Okay, so advantage on that. Never mind. I'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. 21.
21. Yeah, you're fine. You with Cat's Grace, you're like grabbing on top of windows, staying out of view of windows. Even there's like filigree on the walls. You manage to like just scramble down. You're fine. In no time. Meanwhile, the professor and the students are all like looking at Trarl, like, "How is your mom doing? Is she okay?" Like, "I heard you took a sabbatical," and they're like, "Bax, I totally heard you were dead. What happened? Were you at the trial?" And like, oh my god, you're now the center of attention. You've been swarmed.
You've become the most popular kid in school.
Darkness! Run!
Do you actually?
Yeah, I just pop darkness. I'm not dealing with that.
Yes, darkness. Oh, you can't. Trarl was just sitting there like, "Yeah, no, she's fine." And then you say darkness, and then you run. He goes, "What?" Boom. Okay. In the confusion, I'm just gonna give you this. You manage to grab Trarl by the hand and pull him out, and you leave through the doors. You can see students panic and then laugh, and somebody says, "Classic Bax," and then you do.
Such a
Classic
character.
You guys,
He likes the darkness.
as you run outside, you meet Sildana, who is like just finished climbing down, and she looks at you.
I
And she's
have 80 feet of movement.
yeah, no, she finished climbing down and like already you go outside and you see her heading towards the tower. I assume that's where you're going.
I mean, I feel like he'll find his way back to the Felanos, so
Do you stop Soldada? Because Soldada is going towards the tower now, I assume, right?
No, I just think we're going back.
Okay,
I do say it as she runs. I mean, she runs. She's pretty far away.
Yeah, she's
Probably
gone.
would just
She's gone. By the
She's way faster than me, so she'd be long gone.
all
by
you
the time
see
I'm out of
is
the room
all you see
anyway.
is the little cat like paw bottoms like flashing, and the tail moving as she's like, yeah, yeah,
In which case,
Yeah.
I wait.
just eating.
Did I give? Did I get Ferverand the toot horn, or do I still have it?
I think I don't know. Check in your inventory.
Didn't I have it?
Check in your inventory.
I thought.
Because
Yeah,
I
thought
think
you
I have it in my
were-
inventory, but I don't know if I gave it to you like officially and just removed it from my mental at least. I think I did. I think you do have it, Ferverand. Shix. But I must have another one. Not a tooting horn, but I have a tooting horn, and I have a nothing else. All right. Well, I just walk home to the Fallon.
Great. You just take Charles by his hand and just like, come on, let's go. I'll say you make it to the Falonels of Ferverand as you like dust yourself off, barely injured, bag full of interesting books from his office, created havoc, messed him up. You're pretty certain you didn't kill him because like these little boxes don't really do that much of an explosion, but you're like, you hurt his pride. You're pretty chuffed with yourself. Whereabouts are you heading?
Back to the Falonel's house.
Amazing. Soldada, you are rushing towards the tower.
I guess,
Casual
I'm
stroll,
just-
baby.
I'm kind of just looking at seeing the tower, trying to like see if there's anything.
Are you trying to hide as you're
Any
doing this,
above
or are you just running open on the street?
I'm open on the street.
Okay, you're running open on the street. There's a lot more like guards, and there's some holy order guard out here. There is at some point you see Luba somewhere like healing a student and saying it's going to be okay, but they're all really distracted with like whatever's happening outside. As you're looking up at the tower, you notice that there is some sort of a smoke coming out of the top room, which at some point is extinguished. That's all you can see from the bottom, unfortunately.
Then I would assume that Ferverand probably is not here anymore, and maybe he's going back to the Falonel's house, and I'll just
Amazing.
take my sweet time going there safely.
Yeah, you're faster than everybody. I would say after an hour or so of just wandering through the streets, you know, making sure to avoid Garda and like nosy priests and everything, you know, just, you know, not being on anybody's radar. You make it to the Falonel's house where Beloar is, as you walk in, he's regaling some of the staff that didn't come with the story of how cool the party was. And the staff are just like nodding and nodding, and some of them are like polishing something, and he's just like, it was amazing! And they're like, yes, sir. Yes, my lord, of course. He's like, no, you don't understand. It was fantastic. I didn't feel so alive for the last 200 years. And you see? And, you know, and then at some point, Bellower just like pops something down the table and goes, ah! And walks into a different room.
I'm
And
about to say, did he do coke?
he just snorted something. And the staff was like, yes, of course.
I've never felt more alive.
Meanwhile, Trow was just like, can we just... Yeah, he gets like this. Let's just not go anywhere near him for a bit. You guys meet up in a private room somewhere. The servants, like, you know, they leave you with some drinks. They have a lot of cleanup to do. And maybe to deal with some noisy Garda who are like, why were you there at this time? Who told you to do this? Later, they know how to deflect questions. You guys are now in private, all three of you. With Charl, if you want him there, but he's there, like, asking, like, what happened. He's very curious about what happened with you, Ferverand, and what's going on.
So I hope you like the distraction I gave you, Ferverand.
Oh, yes, it was fantastic. Shame it didn't really buy us as much time as I thought it would. Ended up bleeping out the balcony.
Oh.
Which reminds me,
Oh.
his office isn't the top floor. There's like 3 other floors that have no staircase to them. So we gotta climb that shit at some point.
Like in the
You
following
guys have a-
days, or how do you reckon we do that?
No, he's on high alert right now. We gotta settle down for a bit. I mean, he's a very, very paranoid man. But But I did find these, and I put all the books from his desk on the table, including all the books I bagged from his bookshelves. I just put them down, go like, knock yourselves out. Some of these are about necromancy, which I mean is a death sentence. Another one is about Fey anatomy, which is a death sentence, and this one's here is about different religions, which I'm guessing is also a death sentence.
Just fucking love
What
this
about the
Inquisitor.
odds?
I
But
love,
you know
I,
what? This will
I
probably be
love
a
this
death sentence.
Warhammer 40k Inquisition. Heretic, 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 heretic.
You know, this is all well and nice, but I know you're gonna have me reading through all these fucking books. I'm gonna be sitting here
So one
for
thing
fucking
to say.
days.
One thing to say. Philosophical texts discussing the history of certain religions are not heretical if sanctioned. Because unlike other religions, she didn't want to completely destroy everything. She's like, you just
Does
can't
this book
worship
have the
it.
seal of approval?
Yeah, like you can't worship it. But knowledge is knowledge. So if it's a book about not like how to practice necromancy, but the philosophical understanding of like necromancy fundamentally does
seal
this.
of approval.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, then I don't care.
Yeah, it has the you reckon most of these books were out in the like the stuff that's not in his desk or not in the secret floors of his tower is probably accessible to people coming to his office for meetings. He would not have heretical texts out on the shelves, right? So this is more from looking at the front of the books, you assume that all of these have been sanctioned.
Yeah, I'm mostly banking on the shit he left on his desk due to an emergency.
Maybe,
Is something
yeah.
that's actually
So-
important.
Okay, so you basically have two sets of books. You have the books that were in the bookshelves, and then you have the stuff that was on his table. On his table, he had, I think, a few books. Let me just quickly double check. He had a notebook.
Demonology 101 and how to befriend them.
No, he has
Train your demon.
He reckoned you wish.
Or
There was
teach
a journal and there was two sort of magic tomes next to him and a set of books to his right. So what do you guys want to start with first?
I want to read his journal.
Okay, as you're opening through his journal, unfortunately when you were sweeping, he was writing in it, so there was like a sentence that wasn't finished. The open ink bottle that when you were just sweeping over, it went across some pages. So some of it is illegible, unfortunately. However, some of it you can decipher. Like, it'll just take you a bit longer to go through it.
Is it fresh enough to prestidigitate?
It has been an hour at least for you getting there. And he did do it before he started doing the book, so I'd say you can try it. And you will need to roll me an Arcana check with a DC 18.
I would argue just fucking leave it because otherwise you might clean the fucking text from the book
like
itself.
it's dangerous. Like at this point, the ink, because it's the same ink that was used to write, like it kind of is the same uniform thing. So if you clean one thing, you might clean the rest.
Okay. Just read it through first, and then I'll try.
Okay. As you're flipping through, it is just the earlier like pages didn't manage to have ink seep through them so much. It's just the latest one that was open. That's a little bit messy. The older ones, this is basically a journal. So there's a date. There's a list of appointments. There's some notes on like mention this aspect of transmutation in the next lecture. There's some names of students like we need to pay more attention to this person.
This next kid is a fucking moron. I hope he gets kicked out of the school.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
like they
Christ.
seem to need more assistance in basic terminology, blah blah blah. You know, notes on when the exams are happening. Notes on there's like as you go through, there's some finance notes. Like not detailed, but like personal to-do lists, basically. Like make sure like the financing for each school is done. There's the festival coming up. Make sure like the students participating take leave of absence. Most of it is like get the secretary to go do this. Tell Geo to go do this. Tell the secretary to deal with this person.
I want to use my expertise in ciphers to essentially try to see if there is coded speak somewhere in their book.
I would say, in addition to doing an investigation check with advantage, it's going to take you some time. The one thing about ciphers is you can't like instant see them. You need to take time with your book.
Well, I mean,
So-
if they're shitty, you can.
Yeah, well, you from looking at this book, as an experienced eye, this is a normal to-do list. So if you're trying to find a cipher in there, you don't know, maybe, or maybe to even glean, I will let you psychoanalyze it. This is a glimpse into his raw to-do mind. Probably he wouldn't put like, go do some nefarious shit like tomorrow. Square box.
No, he's too paranoid for that.
Yeah,
That's
but
why he would keep
as-
it somewhere where he would
Yes,
know.
obviously. But at least this to-do list gives you a glimpse into his daily life, for sure, into his schedule, into his mind a little bit, because every person who writes, to-do lists in certain notes, you can kind of tell what kind of person he is. So, given time and an investigation check, you can either find a cipher in there if there is one, and if you don't, you will at least psychoanalyze him. But you know what? Give me a D6 roll.
D6 roll. 6.
It's a very dense journal. It's gonna take you about 6 days to like fully complete this.
That's fair. We need to give him time to cool off anyway.
But this is a project that I mean, depending on if everybody here decides they're gonna cool off, we can like skip a little bit through the time, and then you guys do some rolls in between.
I'm skipping away.
But that's depending if anybody else wants to do anything before the time skip. So this is your project for the 6 days. Is there anything, I'd say, considering what you're trying to do, this is very labor intensive. So I reckon you wouldn't be able to do something and read something on the side.
No.
The rest of the group
This has my full attention.
Okay, so
I am thoroughly decoding this.
and especially because some pages are damaged, it's like trying to like look at it in the light to like decipher what's the old writing, what's new writing, this kind of stuff. So I'll leave you to that. What are the two of you trying? What are the two of you tackling from this pile of things?
During day, he just gave me a fucking homework of my life, bringing in every book from this motherfucker. So me and Trerrell, he'll take the history as that is his forte, and I'll take the more magical understanding as that is my forte. And we will be doing that during the day. And if Sylfania will allow during the night, I will attempt to connect him deeper to the god. So it makes a little bit more sense that he didn't just magically get the wanderer powers, but now he's just gonna get it over this little time skip.
Oh yeah, because when you leveled up, didn't you swapped to Fae?
Yeah.
Fae Wonder. Okay. Yeah, I remember saying you were gonna do that. Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to do that naturally
Okay.
over those days, like in the evening, try to induct him.
I
And
would
that's
say-
my part.
Yeah, I would say how deeply, just because to know how much you go through, like you all have minimum of 6 days, because that's how long it takes Ferverand to
Okay.
psychoanalyze
You,
a dude. The question
Do
is,
you want
how,
to roll for it or
no,
something?
no, my
or-
question is before you roll is, do you look through the books, like what they're about? Because these are mostly like textbooks, some of them are fiction books, some of them like, it's like you went into a library and brought a bunch of books. When you're looking at them, some of them, are you looking at the title and like the preface and maybe looking through it, or are you reading through the book with a fine-tooth comb? What is your strategy here? And that will determine what role you do.
My strategy would essentially be, well, I know what is likely to be in there. What is most likely to be decipherable and needs to be deciphered. So I'll essentially focus on Fae-related titles. There's the soul thing as well, just because I'm concerned about Thrall, and also it might have to do in how they're manipulating or trying to free the guy inside. So that is my primary focus. I'll read the not the appendix, the introduction on majority of the books that has to do with any of that, to specify on what is what has the most meat for me to have under this topic.
So you're not perusing lightly, nor are you going through the time you're somewhere in the middle. Okay, that's fine. So
yeah,
I
at
would
least
yeah.
for majority of the books until I get the 5 most important books, and then I go really in depth in those.
Okay, I'd say 6 days, if this is literally the only thing you guys are doing, is more than enough to go through. So you might want to write down the books you have. So you have one book. Let me write them down with you, because I was sitting there and I'm like, these are the books that I didn't know you were gonna steal his books. So I was like, these are the books he probably would have, but I did not write the titles down. So let's write them down together, okay? So the first one is, I believe, I said is the like anatomy and etymology of leprechauns specifically. And then that is just a book about leprechauns. Somebody long ago, when they had access to the Feywild, studied the leprechauns and as creatures, and it has like, as you're looking through it, like it has some like anatomical drawings, and you're like, did they dissect some? Like, you don't know. You're looking through, so you're like, I'm confused.
Usually they do sex stuff. What?
No, dissect somebody.
Oh, I was like, what?
But when you're looking through it, like, it's a very detailed, like, full research into specifically leprechauns. Somebody was obsessed. Then there is the origin and history of Feywild. You reckon to the best of knowledge of people in this part of the universe.
Arguably, I will know more.
Yeah, probably.
Realistically.
But it's interesting as well to see what they think they know. Then there is, what did I also say? There is the theory of souls. A paper on, it's a thesis paper, so it's extremely dry. On the explanation of existence of souls and their effect on magic, aka necromancy, and such. And there's like 5 different names of postdoctoral researchers and students, and you know, it's a paper. Yeah. Then there is what else did I say there was? I mentioned there was some other stuff. There's transmutation books, like Theory of Transmutation, written by him. There's like most of textbooks were either written or edited by him. That you notice with transmutation. And there's obviously a very beautiful book that you pull out that you probably Ferverand just grabbed because it was shiny and it was like significantly stood out from the rest. And it's a laminated, gilded thesis from when he was, like, it's an older thesis from when he was a student at Lesnagor. And the thesis is about teleportation, no longer a myth, but a possibility, and then obviously by him.
A long, shitty title.
My title was the cryo structure of E. coli bacteria flagellum tip solved using cryo. That was my fucking title of my thesis, so shut the fuck up.
That just gives me like manga vibes where they're like having this long ass fucking isekai, and it's just like when I turn into a fucking refrigerator in another world or some shit.
But the problem with
like
scientific papers is if you don't specify which bacterium your flagellum is in and what technique you're using to do it, the people who are reading is like, structure of this thing, they're like, oh cool, wait, it's using cryo? You need to have that in the fucking title. So it's like, at some point when you put the specifics into it, it already becomes a sentence and you're like, bruh.
I get it, it's just not a smooth one.
No, it's not. Actually, teleportation, no longer a myth but a possibility, is in scientific circles considered a cool title. Just, I don't know what science you do, bitch, but in my circles, it's considered cool, okay? Don't come at me.
Science is cool, nerd.
Literally, the title of my thesis, if I was allowed to do it, would be Just the Tip.
Hey, I'm not a scientist, I'm trying to be an engineer.
Exactly, you engineers.
We're cooler
you're fucking
over here.
yeah, you fine, you were cooler. You're cooler. God. Okay, anyway. When you're looking through the other books, these are like the ones that stand out to you, I think. I don't remember if I mentioned any more to you, Ferverand, as you were dropping them into the pile.
I mean...
Gabe?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you didn't hear him.
I was just thinking.
I think it's just these.
I think you were definitely going on like a very, very special book that definitely had to do with everything with the plot.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I did that. That one secret book.
It's called the plot book, right?
Yes, the plot.
Yeah, no, it's called the plot thread, actually.
To be fair, you know what? You do notice a book about the history and architecture of Ravinian Empire.
Ah, yes.
History of the Empire.
History and architecture, or history in architecture.
History and architecture and foreshadowing.
Empire and foreshadowing. Okay.
Yes. So basically, there are it's basically when you look through it, it's a lot of them are like schematics of different or like Lesnagor and original Ravinia specific buildings. As I mentioned before, Ravinia is a huge empire that spread over thousands of years, or at least hundreds of years. And so as it was going through cities, it didn't like level them and build them from scratch again. It repurposed older buildings. So a lot of cities are the same as they used to be hundreds of years ago, with the exception of two, which is Lesnagor, which is the capital, that was rebuilt, and Laudenborough. So this book has like architecture of Lesnagor and Laudenborough.
In which case, I will have Trerl focus heavily on the history and architecture. I'll focus on the origin and history of Feywilds, theory of souls, and for shits and giggles, because it's probably what he will use too, transportation books written by him or edited, essentially because that's probably going to allude to what spells he's expert in.
Yeah, that's actually quite a smart
enemies.
smart idea.
Yeah, it would be funny if he hid his spell book and his thesis book out of just pure overconfidence and paranoia, and now he can't replenish his spells.
Sildana, what are you up to during this time of reading?
These past 6 days?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not too sure, honestly.
I mean, do you want to help any of these guys with like writing notes, or are you like not really a book person? What would Sildana do while these two are deep in the books?
Deep in the books, I think Sildana would probably just help them out, yeah.
Cool. Like, you're just there to bring them coffee when they're just
Yeah.
like, or Red Bull, like, well,
Yeah,
this world's version
help
of Red Bull, to make sure that they get up and stretch and hydrate, which is a good thing
Yeah,
that people do on Twitch
probably.
streams. Help in any way you can without necessarily,
Making notes.
yeah, getting in the way and reading, or like they're like, oh, I need this. Especially Trial is like, oh, in the library in the house we have this primer for this terminology for this transmutation. Do you mind bringing it to Bax? It's on like the third shelf to the left or something, because they're deep in the books. So you and the servants are there for this, but you are available to help and assist, and that's why they're.
I'm in the kitty maid dress.
There you go. The research goes much faster. I'd say I think it's a good spot to end it here, and it gives me a little bit of time to write up the exposition that you guys get, the information you get. And I will not only tell you this next session, I'll like send it to you so you have a physical reference of it. And we will reconvene after the 6 days have passed. The one thing I'll say, during the time that you're researching, the mansion is approached by the Garda, but luckily for you, it's Luba and also Jaxar Lothier, who is one of the slightly higher position people who is sent to ask you guys about this. And they kind of look at you being in this house, and they sort of go like, right, they kind of ask like, why were you there at the quad at the time? And when Trial says, oh, we just wanted to throw a party for all the students because before the Festival of Chivalry, when everybody, the entire city was going to celebrate, blah, blah, blah. It was going to get busy, so we thought we'd get like a spring break party. And then we don't know what happened. Things exploded. And those two kind of like look at each other and just let it slide. They didn't like pry too hard into it. They did mention that there were like there weren't any fatalities. You're fucking lucky. But there were some really severe injuries, but luckily the guard and like the priest were there on time to save everybody, but some people are still recovering.
That's fine.
However, honestly, they were surprised, but there has been no, even from injured people, there have been no complaints about like, we need to find somebody who did this and take responsibility. Most of the students were just saying this was a mad rager and it was worth it. Like, oh, I have a broken leg, fuck it was worth it, that was crazy.
That just gives me a better story.
Yeah, so like the majority of the students who weren't cool probably have left the party way before whatever happened. And the ones who were there were too drunk or like just having too great of a time to like, basically you got away easy. the Garda kind of, they had to write a report. They wrote up a report as to why you were there at this time. They did say, like, we have to tell you, next time you're planning such a party, please make sure to notify the security so that we can provide security so this doesn't happen again, so kids don't get injured, blah, blah, blah. I know you might have been doing it for reasons, but it's no excuse to injure innocent civilians.
Innocent. I'll have you know.
Yeah, so
None of them were innocent. They're
yeah,
all
but don't worry.
complacent.
The backstory for Bellower and Trowel and you, Bax, mostly, was almost foolproof. There was evidence that you guys were planning this party in advance. That you they didn't notify the authorities that they were planning a party there. They just didn't say, like, oh, it's just a few friends, like it's just a garden party. And then oh, we didn't know it would escalate to so many. Like, well, I bring, it's like you bring 8 crates or like 100 crates of wine and thinking only 10 or 15 people show up, and he's like, I drink profusely. This kind of conversation was happening, which
I'm
is like
a heavy drinker.
yeah, both sides are like, you're obviously shitting me, but I really can't like write you up for this because it kind of makes sense a little bit. It's bullshit, but
I mean,
I don't-
even if it wasn't for this, like me and Trial being at the school, even if it doesn't really look odd, because even if we're not there on curriculum,
I mean, this
we're
whole
still
thing,
like we're allowed
yeah.
to be there.
Especially the fact that he put up flyers saying that it's a spring break party, like it was all looking legit, with whatever the explosion happened was an accident unrelated to you guys. The fact like people got injured is not your responsibility, but also it's like, please next time try to make it smaller. The city is safe, but warn the guards before. It's like, they can't
Smaller.
they can't really do anything to you, but they have to issue a warning, legal reasons. So everything gets smoothed over. You guys kind of hole up in the Faldo mansion. It is nearly impregnable. Nobody can get in because Belloir is well respected in the community. Even after this party, he gets tons of fan mail of people saying, "Can we have another one?" But can we have it in the mansion? Because it's clearly safer than outdoors. And him, like, looking at you guys and saying, gonna read any longer? Can I have a party in the house? Just for fun this
Belor.
time? Like, and he's pointing at all of these fan mail. He's like, oh, but I'm really popular now. I really want to party. But he understands.
Just asking for a friend, but can you buy more TNT?
He goes, he said it was his last batch because they were like a test run. But he says he can contact the merchant, but it is gonna take a while to get here.
Is it gonna take 6 days?
No. Nobody in this world has teleportation magic, and Charmant is way far away. And this is a very slightly illegal, unique item. The only reason he has it is because when he was explaining what it was, he just said it was it wasn't an explosive device. It was just a decoration. It was what are they called? Potpourri balls? It's like a potpourri ball that you put in a bowl for some reason to make it look nice. So when he shipped it back like 50 years ago or something, he was like, an excuse passed because nobody knew what it was. Now with the explosions and stuff, and Charmant probably developing them more since then, he's like it was a prototype that you guys had. That would not cut it anymore. He wouldn't be able to smuggle them in, is what he means. What he had is what he had.
Just need more straight gunpowder then. You're right.
So yeah, I mean, otherwise you guys are left alone to do your business. I believe you did give some homework to your family, Max, to bring some information about. Remember when you sent like, I think either your cousin or someone to keep an eye out, or like to. Do you remember what specifically you asked them to do?
Well, technically, I asked my cousin to be there that day to sell T-shirts to give something for free to distract, but I think that time has passed.
Yeah. Okay. I remember because I remember you asking somebody to like keep an eye for some information at some point. But if
I mean, I've literally told every single family member to be on high alert and to get as much information as
so they
I
might
can,
potentially bring you some news from the outside because you're locked in this mansion. Reading.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap it here, and then This was a strange, like, oh, lots of exposition, action, 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 exposition, exposition episode. But I loved it. It was great. None of you died. I was fully expecting death today. So that's good.
I mean, I can always just shoot myself in the head.
That's true.
I end it all.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans. We'll meet next time. Next place. Next time slot, whenever. I can arrange something. And we're all available. And I have time to sit down and write all of this stuff that you find. Because I think, to me, like, that's the main thing between sessions. I really just don't have time to fully sit and flesh out most of this. Which is why it takes a while between sessions to happen. So apologies, but hey. Tis the job of a DM. Great. I don't know how to end this. I guess that's it.
Thanks for today. Bye.
Bye. Yeah,
I can end it like this.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's quite late anyway, and I've been streaming since 4, so I'm thinking I'm not gonna raid. I don't have the energy. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, just chill. It's fine.
I'll just chill. I'll just watch a TV series. Take my dog out to pee.
Thanks for watching, everybody who
Yes,
did.
thank you so much for staying with this.
Hey, goodbye.
For those of you who want to watch previous episodes, they're not on my YouTube channel. They're on like the Esthara Chronicles YouTube channel because I wanted to keep it separate from my VTubing stuff. But the link's in Twitch, so go to that if you are curious about this gang and their past. Yeah, we're in the last third of like the campaign. You guys are solving your mysteries already. It's getting there.
We're about to go nuclear.
I assume you guys are not interested in the festival, so they ain't gonna be a festival episode. So we're just gonna go straight to the meat of it, I guess.
We want combat.
Yes. Oh, trust
We
me.
yearn for death.
You people avoid combat like it's the plague. I have the combat ready. You just are smarter most of the time and manage to avoid it. Also, I've given you combat during your travel and you were sick of it. Okay, so I can't please you. Anyway, I know. I jest. I know we're all happy and good here. Okie dokie then. I will see you all next time. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.